all doing today? So, we're going to do a replay today. But let me start off by saying the summer is ending. August 20th, right? Thursday, in the year of our Lord 2026. But yeah, I just wanted to concentrate on what's going on in the world. I watch this every day when I end my day. So, I kind of want to show the world what's going on out there. But hope you had a good night. I had a good night. I didn't dream for the first time in a couple days. I've been uh, having a roll on dreaming, and I haven't dreamed in a while. So I'm going to start a new segment. Watching President Trump with Mugsy. Oh, he's more a fan of Trump than I am. And I'm not much of a fan. So I did check, and I found out Mugsy is MAGA. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed to find that out. But yeah, let's check it out in progress. This is the end of it, and then it's going to loop on to the beginning. So enjoy it with me.
They have a period of, well, till tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I gave them an extension. They asked for an extension of 7 days, right? I said, Steve, give them 10 days. 10 days is up actually today, so I gave them 11, I guess, indirectly. I thought it was inappropriate the day after Easter. I want to be a nice person. They have till tomorrow. Now we'll see what happens. I can tell you they're negotiating, we think, in good faith. We're going to find out. We're getting the help of some incredible countries that want this to be ended because it affects them also. A lot of people are affected by this, but we're giving them till tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time, and after that, they're going to have no bridges. They're going to have no power plants. Stone Ages, yeah. Stone Ages. CNN fake news.
Are you willing to make a deal that does not include reopening the Strait of Hormuz, or is that now a top priority?
I would say it's a very big priority.
Hey, stories with Bean.
See, that's one thing that's a little different. That we can bomb the hell out of them. We can knock them out for a little. But to close the strait, all you need is one terrorist that somehow has a truck loaded with, because you can carry them in trucks, large trucks, a water mine, drop them in the water, and now you tell people that own ships that cost $1 billion to don't worry about the mine. You can do that even just by saying we put mines in the water. So it's not like the rest. We can knock out their military. We already have. We've knocked out their Navy. We've knocked out their Air Force completely. We've knocked out 158 ships in 3 days.
What?
We've knocked out even their mine droppers. They don't have any mine droppers anymore, but they put them on other boats, and they could drop them. I'm not even sure they have any mines yet, by the way. I'm not sure. I'm personally, they say there might be 8. I don't know. I think there might be none. Because they're very good bullshit artists. That's why for 47 years
it takes one to know one, right?
See your phone from space. Like this free satellite Earth maps tool, you can see
Oh,
right
snap.
now.
He's funny. Yeah. Oh, snap. It takes one to know one. He's a good bullshitter. Yes, he is. They have no navy. They have no aircraft, weaponry, no communications. They can't communicate because they have no communication. Makes sense, right? No method of communication, anything. How about them Red Sox, right? You in the back. Go ahead.
All I want to see is I want to have a safe world, and you're not going to have a safe world.
You and me both.
Israel will be gone.
What?
The Middle East will be gone.
What?
And then they're coming for Europe. And I have to tell you, I'm very disappointed in NATO. Very. I think that NATO, I think it's a mark on NATO that will never disappear. Never
Hit the like
disappear in
button
my
for
mind.
Mugsy.
They're coming to see me on Wednesday. They're going to say, oh, we'll do this, we'll do that. Now they all of a sudden want to send things, you know. But they said it loud and clear at the beginning when I spoke to UK of all. I would have said they would have been there first because they're the oldest. And I say, yeah, I'd love to have a little help. He said, no, sir, we'd rather wait till you win. I said, I don't need help after we win. He goes, well, you can't really do this because you send in 200 men to pick up one. And it's something that's usually not attempted as much as you want to attempt. And bad things happen to that one or two. And in this case, we did two, and it might not have been attempted before, but we did. And we had great talent. We got a little luck too, I would say. And we were helped by a lot of people, a lot of great people. And it was an honor to be involved with it. It's very historic. This is a rescue that's very historic. It'll go down in the books. Late Thursday night, an American F-15 fighter jet went down deep inside enemy territory in Iran while participating in Operation Epic Fury, where we're doing unbelievably well, well at a level that nobody's ever seen before.
Operation Warp
The entire
Speed.
country can be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night. Both members of the crew ejected from the aircraft and landed alive.
What?
On Iranian soil, I immediately was asked to
Mugsy, get off
make
the
a
TV.
decision. I ordered the U.S.
Jeez.
Armed Forces to do whatever was necessary to bring our brave warriors back home. A risky decision because we could have ended up with 100 dead as opposed to one or two. It's a hard decision to make. But in the United States military, we leave no American behind. We don't do it. Within hours, our armed forces deployed 21 military aircraft into hostile airspace, many flying at very low altitude, being shot by bullets.
What?
You bring rifles into play when you go in that low. There are
How low can
also
you
certain
go?
advantages. And in broad daylight,
There
over
she is.
Iran for
Meow.
7 hours at times facing very, very
Oh,
heavy enemy fire. We have a helicopter that's got a lot of bullets in it. It's amazing. We just realized how good those weapons are. Those our machines are. Nobody has the equipment that we have. Nobody has the military that we have. Not even close. The most powerful military anywhere in the world by far. The flight crews and warfighters aboard those aircraft took extraordinary risks to rescue their fellow service members. This first wave of search and rescue forces successfully located the pilot of the F-15, and he was extracted from enemy territory by an HH-60 Jolly Green II helicopter.
not a word.
Fabulous machine as our warriors faced gunfire at very close range. It's amazing that when you look at the machinery, what happened, that nobody was even injured. Meanwhile, the second crew member, a weapons system officer, highly respected colonel, had landed a significant distance away from the pilot. When you're going at those speeds, even if you go out 2 or 3 seconds later, it's miles. It's miles and
Welcome,
miles
Jesus
away
Christ.
because you're going fast. He was injured quite badly and stranded in an
Can you
area
meow for cat,
teeming with
please?
terrorists from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps rough group, as well as besieged militia and local authorities.
Oh,
Many,
thank you for the like.
on top of everything else, they told the communities actually within inside of Iran, the people of Iran, they were given a tremendous incentive to find this pilot. Despite the peril, the
Oh, thank
officer followed his training and climbed into the treacherous mountain terrain and started climbing toward a higher altitude, something they were trained to do in order to evade capture. They want to always go as far away from the site of the shoot down. You want to go as far away because they all head right to that site. You want to be as far away as you can. And he was injured. And he was
That's a good one, Stuart.
Amazing thing. He scaled cliff faces, bleeding rather profusely, treated his own wounds,
Hey,
and
Carlo.
contacted American forces to transmit his location. They have a very sophisticated beeper type
Hey, Stuart.
apparatus that is on them at all times. And when they go out on these missions, they make sure they have lots of battery space and they're in good shape. And this one worked really well.
Hey,
Amazingly,
Sleepy.
saved his life. We immediately mobilized a massive operation to retrieve him from the mountain holdout. And he kept going higher and higher. The mountain kept getting rougher and rougher and really very, very hard to find. The second rescue mission involved 155 aircraft, including 4 bombers, 64 fighters, 48 refueling tankers, 13 rescue aircraft, and more.
The brown
We were
shirts.
bringing them all
Amen.
over, and a lot of it was subterfuge. We wanted to have them think he was in a different location because they had a vast military force out there. Thousands of people were looking. So we wanted them to look in different areas. So we were scattered all over like we were right on top of them. We had 7 different locations where they thought. And they
Oh
were
no,
very
I can't get
confused.
rid
They
of it
said, well,
now.
wait a minute, they've got groups here, they've got groups there.
What is
It's
going
amazing
on?
thing. I was
No.
listening to these great people, these great generals. General Raisin Kane, who's amazing.
Raising
Pete
Cain.
Hegseth was amazing. But I listened to the whole thing. It was pretty amazing. So they had all these
Amen,
different sites
knockout.
where everybody thought
Hey,
he was
sleepy
located.
time.
We think we have him
videos.
over there because they have 9 planes circling a little area that's 25 miles down the coast. So in a breathtaking show of skill and
Why can't I
precision,
get rid of that
lethality,
roller
and force,
coaster question?
America's
No.
military descended on the area, the real area.
Sorry about
Engaged the
that.
enemy, rescued the stranded officer, destroyed all threats, and exited Iranian territory while taking no casualties of any kind.
Like and subscribe,
The
everyone.
heroic F-15 weapon
Thank you.
system officer had evaded capture on the ground in Iran for almost 48 hours. That's a long time when you're in tough shape and when you're bleeding. It's a long time. When
What?
when we left, as you probably know, we had 2 large planes.
I love when he goes off
3 old
script.
planes. He carried a lot. We needed a lot
My
more
comic relief.
equipment going in than coming out, obviously, because going in, we needed to be able to.
Can you
scale
guys see
mountains.
that roller
And
coaster?
get a
I
lot
can't
of
get rid of it. Sorry about
But
that.
the sand was sandy, wet sand.
Sandy Wet
So we thought
Sand.
there may be a problem taking off
Good name for a
because of the
band.
weight of the plane, and then we also had all the men jumping back onto the planes, and they got pretty well bogged down. And we had a contingency plan, which was unbelievable.
What?
Where lighter, faster aircraft came in, and they took them out. We blew up the old
Look
planes.
at Hegseth's
We blew 'em
response.
up to smithereens because we had equipment
He's like,
on the
what?
planes that frankly we'd like to take, but I don't think it was worthwhile spending another 4 hours there taking it off. So we didn't want anybody to have we have the best equipment anywhere in the world. We didn't want anybody examining our anti-aircraft and other equipment.
Amen to that,
So these
Serial.
were large planes that were old and pretty old, and we blew them up. And we had faster, lighter planes come in, and they were able to land on the sand. We needed the bigger planes because we had so much equipment that we needed. We took 3 helicopters over there, which were very strongly used, and couldn't have lived without them. They did, and they performed unbelievably well. And if you'd see it, you wouldn't believe it. They came off the plane, and these guys had them. The rotors were off.
What?
They rebuilt these helicopters in less than 10 minutes.
Say it's not so.
And that was one of the more amazing things. These are helicopters, small, unbelievably powerful, but small, very small, so it can get into
Is
certain
he a
areas.
useful idiot or is
And
he
they
a
got him
traitor? I
Off
wonder.
the plane, and they rebuilt all 3 of them in a matter of less than 10
Just
minutes.
asking
It's
questions.
pretty amazing what the genius of these people. Who would think that? You'd think it would take 5 days to build them. And in some companies, it would take 5 days, and they wouldn't do it well. But they served us well. As Commander-in-Chief, I never forget the extraordinary risk taken by the warriors that we send into battle and the genius. I mean, think of it, having a contingency of 3 planes waiting.
And
because
you
we
are
think
correct,
the sand is
Joyce.
so
What
bad,
does she
we
win there?
probably won't be able to
Mugsy?
take off. And the planes really got
A trip to
bogged.
the Pines.
This was not much of a runway. This was a farm, not a runway. It was a farm, but it did the trick. But to have a contingency as opposed to having to wait 2 days.
Oh, thank
can
you for the
imagine
like.
Right in the middle. This
Let's get
was
to
central.
10. Let's go. Let's go.
This was right. You would call it central casting if you were doing a movie.
Central
for location.
casting. There he is, right
And
there.
Probably the toughest
Central
area of
casting.
Iran, where we'd be sitting there. So these planes came in. Those pilots came in so fast and so quick,
What?
and got out of there. Everybody got aboard and just got 15-minute intervals. One load out. One load out. One load out. It happened, and we were watching, and we said, "That's amazing." In many ways, I was almost more impressed by the contingency that we had than the fact that we would have had a runway or decent soil. But it was an amazing thing. But we thank God for every single one of them.
Amen.
And the talent.
Thank you for your service.
Watch baseball all season long. Catch the action live with game day features like stats.
All right, guys. How's everyone doing this morning? Welcome to the King of the Pines. Guys, could you hit that like button, subscribe? Appreciate it. Now back to the show.
Broke them down so quickly. And within almost minutes, he was in the back of these planes. It was a similar group. Incredible. We have incredibly talented people.
Yes, we do.
And if the time comes, we move heaven and earth to bring them home safely. We're going to bring our people home safely.
What?
I want to thank every member of the
Let's
U.S.
go.
Armed Forces involved in these historic operations. They really were historic. It's just not something that's done. And you'd understand it. Not that they don't want to do it, but when you're going into areas, when you look at these helicopters, when you look at the amount of bullets and everything else that they took, when you go into these areas, you don't come out like we came out.
Nope.
God was watching us. Well,
Amen.
it was the Easter. We were in the Easter territory, I guess, but God was watching us. Amazing, because when you look at the machinery, they took damage. It tells you. First thing I said is these are unbelievable machines. How they flew back and not even much of a problem. But these two extraordinary rescues, because it was two, and as you probably know, we didn't talk about the first one for an hour, and then somebody leaked something, which we'll hopefully find that leaker.
Right out of the depends.
Find that leaker.
Leakage.
And talked about there's somebody missing. They basically said that we have one and there's somebody missing. Well, they didn't know there was somebody missing until this leaker gave the information. So whoever it was, we think we'll be able to find it out because we're going to go to the media company that released it, and we're going to say,
Amen, amen.
National security, give it up or go to
I
jail.
Welcome,
And
Thug Life.
We know who, and you know who we're talking about. There's some things you can't do because when they did that, all of a sudden, the entire country of Iran knew that there was a pilot that was somewhere on their land that was fighting for his life. And it also made it much more difficult for the pilots and for the people going in to search for him. All of a sudden, they know that there's somebody out there. They see all these planes coming in. It became a much more difficult operation because a leaker leaked that we have one, we've rescued one, but there's another one out there that we're trying to get. So actually, the country, Iran, put out a major notice, you all saw it, offering a very big award for anybody that captures the pilot.
Welcome.
So in addition to a
Welcome,
hostile,
David.
very talented, very good, very evil military, we had
I shiver the whole night through, David.
trying to
in
get
the
involved.
pines.
So when you add that to it, but we have to find that leaker because that's a sick person.
Can we please find the leaker,
Probably didn't
aisle
realize the
3?
extent of
Come on.
how bad it was. I can't imagine that the person did. But
I think David's the
find out
leaker.
It's national security, and the person that did the story will go to jail. If he
Welcome,
doesn't
Critical.
stay. And that doesn't last long. And I think everybody would understand. They put this mission at great risk. They put that man at great risk,
Charles.
and they put the hundreds
Liam.
of people that went in looking for him, because everyone now knows that we're going in. Over the past 37 days, America's armed forces have
So
carried
true,
out
Davis.
more than 10,000 combat flights over Iran, unheard of, striking more than 13,000 targets. The F-15 we lost last week was the first manned aircraft downed by the enemy in this entire operation, with thousands.
First time
and
ever.
thousands of
Never been
flights.
seen
You got lucky.
before.
It was a
The
lucky
greatest
hit.
of all time.
Eventually you get lucky. we got lucky too because we got both of them back. But it's a record that is unparalleled in the history of military air operations. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. It's such an honor to be involved.
Welcome, bot.
We were up late at night.
Oh, not a
And then
bot.
we were waiting for those
Excuse me.
contingent planes to come in, and we say, "Come on, let's go get in," because they're waiting out
That's
of
what this war's all about. The Epstein
uh,
files.
farm without a runway, wet, crummy soil, sand, mostly sand, wet sand, and it eats planes alive. And we're waiting, and we're saying, "I hope that one can land and take off." And they came in like magic. Boom, boom,
Boom,
boom,
boom,
one
boom.
after another. It was like
Boom, boom,
genius.
boom.
So impressed by that because we were a little concerned. We said, "Boy, if they don't get in and get up fast, we're sitting in them." And that's called Iran Prime, right, General? That's where the whole bed is. And here we are sitting there waiting for a plane.
Almost,
They came in
almost,
so
Christ.
fast and so hard,
Christy.
and these guys knew exactly what. Let's go, come on, get in, let's go.
Come on.
Wow. They came one right
Hey,
after
mud butter.
another, not at the same time. They don't want to come at the same time. They had to come right after each other. They didn't have any room. There was barely any room to land. Tiny little patch of very wet.
Great
earth and
point,
sand.
mud butter.
So I'm so proud of the people that I have
Hey,
standing
Roy.
up here with me, and many others that work. I mean, so many. Steve Woodcock's over here. He's doing fantastically. Jared Kushner. But the people that are here, the job they did is amazing. And I think I'm going to introduce the head of the CIA, and he is a man.
Are you
who-
rewriting
Central
history,
casting,
Critical
okay?
509? Come on now.
If we cast a movie, he's going to play the head of the CIA. He's one of the John
Central
Recker,
casting.
He did a phenomenal job that night. He did something that I don't know if you want to talk about it. If you want, you can. I'm not sure you're supposed to. I'm not going to talk about it. But the CIA was very responsible for finding
Yes.
this little speck.
So
It's
true,
like-
Christy.
They used an expression on one of the shows. A general was talking about, it's like finding a needle in a haystack, finding this pilot. And the CIA was unbelievable. And
Yes.
you may, if you can, you'll talk. It might be classified, in which case I'd have to put him in jail if he talks about it. I don't want to put him in jail. He doesn't
Even
deserve
has
that.
stuff like
Sir John,
that
you
one.
want to say a few words? Thank you.
Oh, snap.
Thank you, Mr.
There he
President.
is. I haven't seen him for a
It's a
while.
privilege to be here with you
Is he
today
still in the cabinet?
to share what we can about this exceptional
Ratcliffe.
mission and to recognize the ingenuity and bravery of those who executed it, as well as the leadership and resolve of the president who ordered it. One thing that has been clear to me in this role is that the flawless military
I'm
operations
broadcasting here. Enough of the traffic.
are hostage to flawless intelligence. We saw that in the skies over Iran in Operation Midnight Hammer last summer. We witnessed it in Venezuela during Operation Absolute Resolve. We've seen it against the cartels in the Western Hemisphere,
What?
and we're seeing it every day in Operation Epic Fury, including this mission to rescue an aviator buried deep behind enemy lines. Because it is the unique tradition of the U.S. Armed Forces that we leave no man
There's
or
Raising
woman
Cain.
behind. This was a no-fail mission. That was the spirit in which the president put us to
Mugsy,
work,
get off the TV.
and
How
we
many
were
times do I have to
determined
tell
not
you?
to let him down or our airmen down. As an agency, the CIA possesses unique capabilities that only the president can deploy. Some of these capabilities fall under covert action authorities. And because covert means exactly that, I'm not going to be able to tell you everything that you want to know.
What?
At the president's direction, we deployed both human assets and exquisite technologies that no other intelligence service in the world possesses to a daunting challenge, comparable to hunting for a single grain of sand in the middle of a desert. This was also a race against the clock, as it was critical that we locate the downed aviator as quickly as possible,
Let's go.
while at the same time keeping our enemies misdirected. For that reason, in addition to the human and technical assets deployed by
John
the president
Robbins
to
is
find
my
our
real
airmen,
name. What's your real name?
CIA executed a deception campaign to confuse the Iranians who were desperately hunting for our airmen.
Hey now, hey now. Let's go. How we all doing this morning? Thursday, right? Let's go.
Still invisible to the enemy, but not to the CIA. That confirmation was relayed by Secretary Hegseth to the president.
I'm drinking a cup of coffee filled with liberal tears. Good
Following
stuff.
the successful
Distilled.
exfiltration on Saturday night, our intelligence reflects that the Iranians were embarrassed and ultimately humiliated by the success of this audacious rescue mission. When the president asked me to lead the CIA, he made it clear: get back to basics.
How about them
No
gas
politics,
prices?
no agendas. Tackle the hardest problems and execute the toughest missions. This president,
Guys, I'm selling copies of the love letter between him
that's what his CIA is about too.
and Kim Jong-un.
The professionals at the agency and at the Department of War,
And I have the P tape on VHS if anyone's
for their flawless
interested.
execution
Contact
during
me.
this daring mission. Their skill, creativity, and courage are unmatched on the battlefield wherever they step. But none of that matters, and all of that is wasted without a president with the political courage to put them into action. Mr. President, I've had the privilege of seeing you act with political
It'd be
courage
funny
in
if
the
he
best
went over and
interest of the United
filleted him
States
right
up
now.
close on a daily basis, and I'm grateful that this successful mission has given the American people a window into that as well. The Secretary and Chairman will tell you that our service members' confidence is boosted by a Commander-in-Chief who has their back the same way they have yours. And I know that the confidence of CIA's officers is boosted by the knowledge that their work is informing a president who's not afraid to make the hardest decisions when the stakes are highest. And to the American people, your confidence should be boosted by knowing that the security of the nation is in the hands of a president who's willing to take on problems that have confounded both sides of the political aisle for nearly half a century. It is an honor to serve under a leader who just proved that you can believe him when he says, no matter what, we will leave no one behind. We will come for you. Thank you.
That American flag is getting jealous behind him. Trump's cheating on him. Go hug it, Trump.
Well, John, thank you for the collaboration with the CIA as well. Incredible and ongoing partnership. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Americans, and especially the brave warriors in our armed forces, over this Easter weekend, the United States military has once again proved why we possess the greatest fighting force the world has ever known. In two extraordinary combat search and rescue operations deep inside enemy territory in Iran.
Oh, is he live now?
Our warriors
Should I
executed
switch to
missions of
live?
breathtaking skill, courage, and precision. When our warriors are unleashed,
Put a
as
1 in
this
the chat
president
if
has
you want me
allowed
to
them
go to
be,
live
they
Trump.
are unstoppable. When American airmen were down behind enemy lines, our forces and our president did not hesitate. Special operators supported by elite air crews and intelligence professionals moved swiftly and decisively into treacherous mountain terrain.
All right, thank you.
Under
All right, guys, we're going to go live.
of Iranian forces closing
We
in.
our
Ultimately,
Commander-in-Chief is live now. We're gonna switch over to a live. Give me a minute. How we all doing this morning? Let's see. Breaking news. It's all over for Natalie Harp. Is this true? Come on now. All right, let me see if I can find this. How would I find it, guys? I'm a boomer. I'm sorry. You know what I'll do? Yeah, Trump live. There he is. All right, let's go. Oh, that's not live. I seen this yesterday. Oh, is he redoing it?
This is mostly going to be for
Oh, I already
helicopters.
did this
a lot
one.
of use. You know, when they landed a helicopter, every time they landed it, people would have to go outside with steel pads, put them down. They were just the size of one of these slabs, and put them down, and hope the helicopter was able to land them. The good
No,
thing
I did
about
this one yesterday.
Marine One is the helicopter.
Oh,
division
okay,
of
this
the
is
White
live.
House,
All right.
essentially. The good thing is the pilots are the best pilots in the world. We have the best plane pilots, and we have the best helicopter in the world. They take them from the various services, the Army, they take them from the Air Force, the Marines, the best pilots. So they never had a problem landing
He's
them.
always stopping the workers from working. Yesterday, today.
And with the bigger helicopters, the more powerful helicopters, literally this
He's
grass
doing
would be
this so he
ripped out
doesn't
by
have to
its
pay
roots-
the
by
contractors.
its roots. And in one landing, the entire grass was gone.
What?
So what they did is when a president would be flown to the White House, they used different helicopters. I said that's a pretty expensive way of doing it.
It
So
is.
now with the helipad, we won't have any problem with the grass. Yeah, please. Right.
What is your plan if the Supreme Court?
Mugsy, off the
Well,
TV,
we hope
please.
that doesn't happen. I can't imagine it happening. The lawsuit the person had no standing. There was a person that said she walked along and she didn't like the
Welcome
view,
you.
even though nothing was built. A person that didn't like it and never even saw a rendering of it. We've gotten tremendous architectural reviews. It's beautiful. The woman has absolutely no standing, according to according to every analyst that I've seen,
Yep.
legal analyst.
Yep.
And it's a lawsuit that should have never been even allowed to be brought.
This is
But
yesterday's,
hopefully we'll
no?
do very well with it. We had
Put a one
great,
in the chat if this is
ruling
live.
from a very highly respected judge.
Or
as
is
you
he
know.
rehashing
And hopefully The
yesterday?
Supreme Court will agree with that ruling. This will be open.
It's not live.
Could be. You know, it would be good if it was. I took an extra week to lift it. Again, what it was is it sloped, quite substantially this way. Because what we'll have here is people will get out. They'll have, when it's good weather, they'll, in addition to helicopters, you'll see the surface is incredible. All of these letters are hand carved and put into the black stone, which is also about 35,000 pounds per square inch. You'll see the quality of the work. You have to look when you get up there. Look at the quality of the letters and the quality of
Yeah, I think this is
cut.
yesterday's,
how it's
guys.
1/10 of an inch around the entire. It's really, these are
All
done.
right, hold
these
on.
people are brilliant artists, really. Oh yeah, now you can do.
All right,
much
let me
better
see if
state.
I can
This will
find
be
the
much
live one,
better for
guys. Give
state
me a
arrival.
minute.
And in fact, instead of being on grass now,
How's everyone doing? And I appreciate critical. I like your you're the spice of my chat. I like opposing thoughts. I don't like one way, like President Trump. Thank you for keeping the border closed, stuff like that. I'm an independent. I don't swing either way on the political spectrum. But how's everyone doing this morning? All right. High alert. Maybe this is it. Let's check out this one.
Senator Susan Collins
Blah,
delivered
blah,
millions in
blah.
federal funding to improve housing
Shout out
for
to
Maine
Angus
veterans.
King, our senator, independent senator. Our independent senator from Maine. Angus, you the man. Shout out to Bernie Sanders. That's the people I trust, but that's about it. I don't think I trust anyone else, as in politicians. But there he is. Huh. All right, guys.
Darth Vader, but he's actually a very nice person. Russell Vogt, but Russell Vogt is really terminating tremendous numbers of Democrat projects. There's not only jobs. I mean, the project in Manhattan, the project in New York. It's billions and billions of dollars that Schumer has worked 20 years to get. It's terminated. Tell him it's terminated, Jennifer. All right.
What is your understanding of the pace of returning the deceased hostages? Are you pleased?
Well,
with
they're
that
looking
pace?
for him. Absolutely, they're looking. So we have the living hostages all back.
Hey, good morning,
They
Clay
returned
County.
some more today.
Hey, you
It's a
know,
gruesome
and anyone
process.
else I
always hate
missed.
to talk about it. So, but they're
Nick.
digging. They're actually digging. There are areas where
Critical.
they're digging and they're finding a lot of bodies.
Welcome.
Then they have to separate the bodies. You wouldn't believe this. This is, and some of those bodies have been in there a long time, and some of them are under rubble. They have to remove rubble. But
Critical. Can we
there
call
are
them
graves.
communists
Some are-
instead of
some are in
liberals?
tunnels that are
Get with the
died
program.
in tunnels that are way down under the earth, and the tunnels are like 3 feet. Can you believe it? 3 feet high. They lived like this for a long period of time. It's a horrible atrocity.
USA.
At the same time,
USA.
we, meaning Israel, but I knew everything they were doing pretty much. I knew most of the things they were doing, but they've killed probably 70,000 of these people, Hamas. And I said, it's time now. So we'll see what happens. We'll also see what happens. Your next question is going to be the weapons. We want the weapons to be given up, sacrificed, and they've agreed to do it. Now they have to do it. And if they don't do it, we'll do it.
CENTCOM today suggests that Hamas needs to hurry up and disarm and follow your comprehensive plan.
Yeah.
That it was the head of CENTCOM saying
Hey,
that. Is that
Yakov.
not a signal to Hamas, to the rest of the world, that at some point the U.S. military
You
might
got a
get
friend,
more
Critical.
directly engaged
We
in
won't need the U.S.
In chat.
We won't need it. We'll
Why
get
not just
involved because we're very much involved in it. If we weren't involved, there wouldn't be peace. If we didn't destroy the nuclear capability of Iran, that deal would have never happened for two reasons. The Arab nations would not have felt bold enough to do it because you have a very powerful, at that time, Iran. It's not powerful anymore. Between what Israel and us did, you know, the attack was if you look
F.
at it, we helped them
Netanyahu,
very much. They
war
will be the
criminal.
first to tell you, including shooting down thousands of drones that were coming into Israel. You know, we shot them down. We were shooting them down like it was target practice, but we shot down.
Yeah,
thousands
they effed up.
of
They should.
drones and
Yeah,
missiles
Bernie
also going
Sanders would have
into
won.
Israel. But between what we did to Iran that way with the, you know, conventional, we will call it, and what that beautiful, see that beautiful plane, that B-2, I noticed it on the desk. I always thought it was beautiful, but I never understood it. Now I understand. It took in hundreds of thousands of bombs in the form of two, but hundreds of thousands of
Yeah, that
pounds of
was
bombs.
funny.
And every single bomb hit perfectly.
Vicky dog.
Then they sent tomahawks.
Yeah.
They sent 30 tomahawks.
Vic's
on top
dog.
of
I'm
it.
sorry,
And that was
Mr. Vic
totally,
dog.
you know, CNN said, well, maybe it wasn't as
point.
bad as, you know, as Trump said.
That's why he
Because I
lost
said
that
obliterated.
trial or that
Obliterated is
lawsuit.
not a strong enough word, actually. And you saw the Atomic Energy Commission came out and said the word obliteration is very, very. Think of it. They came in under potential fire. They entered Iran airspace late at night in the dark.
What?
No moon. The moon was low for a reason. Was the one time we picked it. Couldn't see anything, and they hit every target, and they weren't hit. Nobody saw that plane. That plane is stealth. Nobody saw it. The problem with that is it may be stealth today, but tomorrow it won't be. And we just ordered about 20 brand new B-2 bombers. It's unbelievable as a weapon. I know Putin, when I was riding with him in Alaska, we passed a lot of them. And he said, that really did the trick. I said, yeah, it did. It's amazing. Flying wing. It's
no reason for the U.S. military to get involved in Gaza.
No, I don't see that. No, I think we're going to handle it very well. We'll be helping Israel, but we have other countries that are now. You know, we signed, many countries signed, and many of those countries relatively are very strong military powers. And Hamas has no support. See, Hamas had the support of Iran, and now Iran says, don't get us involved. The last time they got them involved didn't work out too well. So they used to have the support of Iran. Today, Iran is, they're trying to survive. You know, when I heard the reports,
thank you, Critical 509.
To build a nuclear weapon, I said, don't worry about it. They got a lot of things they want to do before nuclear weapons. I said, the last thing they want to do is a nuclear weapon. It didn't work out. And if they did a nuclear weapon before they got even close, that site would be attacked and it would be wiped out. Yes.
Mr. President, you're meeting with President Xi in a few weeks.
Yeah.
If you can't come to an agreement or a deal at that meeting, are we in for a sustained trade war with China?
Well, you're in one now. Look, we have 100% tariff. If we didn't have tariffs, we would be exposed as being a nothing. We would have no defense. You know, they've used tariffs on us, but we've never had anybody sitting in that chair that felt the need to do it, and they've allowed us to be $37 trillion in debt, et cetera, et cetera.
40.
Tariffs are a very important tool for our defense, for our national security. If we don't have tariffs, we're not going to have national security. As an example, if you look at Pakistan and Iran, I told them I was in the midst of negotiating a trade
Right.
deal with Iran, and Pakistan was going to be in line. And because of tariffs, they all want to
Welcome,
negotiate
Jane.
much differently. We're making a good deal, and then I heard that they're
Hey,
shooting
Melissa.
at each other. And I said during one of my conversations, "Are you guys going to go to war? Two nuclear powers. We are thinking about." I said, "Here's the deal. You go to war, I'm going to put a 200% tariff. I'm going to stop you from doing any business in the United States." I said it to both of them. Within 24 hours, the war ended. That would have been a nuclear war. And again, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, who was here 2 weeks ago, said that man saved many millions of lives in front of a whole group of people because he thought it was going to be war. But when it came to war or having to pay massive tariffs, the tariffs overrode. That's why it's so important. Not only the money.
He's
we're
in my
thinking
nightmares,
trillions
Elizabeth.
of dollars. Not only the money, the power to keep peace, the power to be used for good is enormous. But a lot of people didn't understand tariffs. It's also made us very rich. And we have a big case coming up in the Supreme Court. And I will tell you, that's one of the most important cases in the history of our country. Because if we don't win that case, we will be a weakened, troubled, financial mess for many, many years to come. I don't even know if survivable is a good term. And if we do, we're going to be the most powerful economic country in the world. And all we're doing is using them as a defense against what took place for many years. China would charge us tariffs. It was incredible, but we weren't allowed to charge. And we're allowed to do whatever we want. We just had presidents that didn't want to do.
Builders. It's not on government. It's a mindset. Phase 44. We're done.
All right, guys. How we all doing this morning? Welcome to the King of the Pine Show. If you guys could like and subscribe to my channel, I appreciate it. Trying to grow. I think I found my lane. I've been doing this for almost a year. I've got arrested on live stream. I'm a train wreck, a converted one. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Elizabeth. I know. Just mute it and just welcome to the show. I do come on at 7-11 at night, and we just we're all about peace and love in the chat. It's a beautiful community that we've built here.
Cars, they won't take our agriculture, they won't take anything, but they send their cars in, Mercedes, BMW, Volkswagen, by the millions. We don't send any cars. They don't take them. They were tariffing us out. Agricultural product, they don't take our agriculture. They want their farmers to do it. I understand that. But it was very unfair, and they were tariffing our product. They're keeping out by using tariffs. And we didn't use it, but I used them. And now we made one of the great
Yeah,
deals
good point,
with,
Critical. He was a Democrat before he was a
$650 billion
Republican.
they pay
Yep.
us. And, we've evened it out.
And he
It's really a
slayed
good thing to see. And
16
you have to understand, they've all
of
signed
the
Japan,
competition.
South
That's how
Korea.
bad the Republicans
I
are.
mean, South Korea, $350 billion up front. Japan, $650 billion. And they've all agreed to it. They're all happy. But before, it was a total ripoff. And if we don't have the use of tariffs, we have no national security. This country will have no financial security, will not have national security. And the people that brought the lawsuit are people that are aligned with foreign nations that are now being treated fairly as opposed to just ripping us off and ripping us asunder. So,
Asunder.
if we
Good
are
word.
not allowed to use what other people use against us,
Let's bring back
there's
Asunder.
no defense. It'll be a disaster for America.
Asunder,
That's why I think
2028.
I'm going to
Let's
go
go.
to the Supreme Court to watch it. I've not done that, and I had some pretty big cases. I think it's one of the most important cases ever brought because we will be defenseless against the world.
Hey, for 80 years old, this
Okay.
guy is a fucking machine.
Did you have one? Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to ask you about the Georgia Senate race. I know it's very early, but there's several Republicans in that field that are vying for your endorsement.
A lot of good people in that too.
Yes.
I know all of them, actually. I haven't made a decision on that, but you have some very good people indeed. Georgia senators.
Well, Governor
What else?
has endorsed.
No, the governor has, and he's spoken to me about it a lot. He likes that candidate a lot. And I understand that. I haven't made a decision yet.
I like the
I'm
way you
following
think,
it
Critical
very strongly. I
509.
think it's very important for Georgia to get a real senator, because the senator they have now is a horrible senator. He allows all the crime, all the borders. You have open borders. I mean, his whole philosophy is a disaster. That's not representative of the people of Georgia. I know the people of Georgia. I won Georgia 3 times, but they said twice. Okay. I won it very big the last time, and I won it big the first time, and I won it big the second time. But we had criminals that didn't allow. I mean, I hope they're going to go into that. I hope they go into the votes which are being stored in Fulton County and take a look at a real look at those votes, okay? Because I won it the second time too. But I know Georgia very well. I love Georgia. Those people are great, and they deserve a good senator, because the man they have now is a weak, ineffective person. Okay.
Yeah, who bankrupts a casino? Crazy.
You agree with me? And he's the media.
For someone that
He's the media.
Not only one.
I believe you won that. I really have a question about
You know, the word believe isn't strong enough, right? You
I
know.
There you go.
It's true. I know I won too. We have the great Newt Gingrich. Newt, you agree with us?
Oh, this isn't live. I saw this the other day.
You know, his wife, as you know, is becoming an ambassador to a great country, Callista. So congratulations. And we're going to take a picture. And the only reason I'm doing, he speaks so well of me.
Mugsy, off the
He said,
TV.
"I'll go
Last
down
time
as
I'm
the
going to say it.
greatest president in history." And then he blew it. He said, "I'm not sure if I put him above Washington or Lincoln." So I'm not that happy about that, dude.
I got a question about the weaponization of the DOJ. The media often says your department is weaponizing the DOJ.
That's
Now,
the opposite.
It's the opposite. Todd, you represented President Trump and probably the greatest weaponization of the DOJ by Alvin Bragg. You know,
Thank you,
firsthand,
Critical.
if you
I didn't know
describe
that.
What you saw under the Biden administration and how they weaponized the DOJ.
Well, I mean, I think it's hard to describe what happened in the last 4 years. Alvin Bragg, a local prosecutor, his office staffed by someone who's there. Jack Smith, Smith is a special counsel, staffs his entire office with DOJ prosecutors.
Hey, Sam.
All in writing, most of them on the docket, that require no explanation except a complete abomination of the place that they turned on there right now and directed itself. So when people talk about this department weaponizing, it's embarrassing. Because there's no scenario which you look over.
I disagree, Sam. I think we should.
Doing the right thing in every single
I
case.
think they've divided us as a country, and I think we should all come together and try to talk to each other, not at each other.
Not once, not twice. I'm still counting 3, 4 times.
United States of America, not divided. Let's go. Let's get united again, guys. We're the laughing stock of the world. We gotta fix
They never
this.
want to bring up the details, but I watch the fake news, and he's weaponized, and he wants to send them to prison. He wants all this. They indicted me like 5 times. I took a mugshot.
I love the low
Who would've
IQ
thought it turned
voters.
out
That's
to
what
my
he said,
favor?
right?
Because he was a good shot. But I had to take a mugshot. It's right out there in the door. New York Post, front page of every paper in the world.
Hey,
Had a
Lionheart.
mugshot. They wanted to send me. Nobody says that. They say he's acting very, very tough. He's acting unfair.
He
Let me
did
tell
say
you,
that, Lionheart. Yeah.
if they've been nice to anybody, it's to those criminals, because they are so good having to do with all
Grab
of the
them by
things we're
the
talking
what?
about today with violent crime. But if anything, I think this Justice Department has been so respectful of the law, because the other Justice Department with Rita or Lisa and all of that scum, real scum, what they did to the political opponent of a guy that has a seriously low IQ. Now, in his case,
Low
it was
IQ
low.
equals black.
based on his career, but it got real low.
Notice he's always
Okay.
attacking women and
It
blacks
was
as low
descending
IQ.
rapidly. But what they did to go after his political opponent
Where's Caitlin
is
Collins? I don't see
legendary.
her.
Worse than any third world country, banana republic. And what we're doing is nothing. Are you kidding? Nothing. They write stories. Why aren't they doing this? And we'll leave. I
Hey,
don't
Charlie.
have to leave it up to them, but I choose to at this moment, at least. But there's never been anybody treated in the history of politics. You know, they say the two worst treated presidents by the media, etc., was that man right there, the late great Abraham Lincoln, and this guy right there, Andrew Jackson. They say Andrew Jackson was treated terribly. They give him number one and number two, but that was before I came along, Newt. I say I have number one.
Look at who's in.
Times
Look
10.
at who's there.
Nobody's been
She's
and
gone.
make better in the White House.
Oh,
So that's
shit.
really what's happened, and getting tremendous reviews, and we appreciate it. But we're here for a different reason. It's called Operation Summer Heat, which is an appropriate term in light of what we're doing. And early yesterday morning, I returned from the Middle East, where the gold is real, but so is the
All right. How's we'll be right back, guys. Guys, thank you so much for the support of this channel. Fucking love you. I love all you guys, even the low educated. That's me, right? Oh, snap. You know, politics has brought me down. I've been following this for 10 years plus. And if I got to watch it, you guys got to watch it. I found my lane. Oh, snap. All right, back to the show.
I can't believe I'm up.
Come on, that's a long commercial.
That's real money too, which is insane.
It is insane. I'm insane.
the results of a sweeping law enforcement effort known as Operation Summer Heat. We were in many cities that people didn't know about. We kept it a little quiet, and it had a big impact, and you'll hear that in a second. But over the past few months, FBI offices in all 50 states made crushing violent crime a top enforcement priority. That's what they did, rounding up and arresting thousands of the most violent and dangerous criminals. And these are among the most dangerous and violent people in the world. They were allowed, in many cases, not in all cases, but in many cases, they were allowed in by a very foolish, actually stupid, open border policy.
What?
Just anybody could have come in. They emptied out their jails, their prisons, their mental institutions. They
Sam, up to 1,000%, right?
And the people behind me have done an incredible
6,
job.
7, 8, 9,000%
If we
cheaper.
didn't have that administration, it would have been so much easier. They allowed millions of people in this country that shouldn't have been allowed, including over 11,000 murderers, half of whom murdered more than one person. And many of them are gone now, or they're put in prison.
Welcome,
We
Yuppie.
don't want to have them come back, so we literally put them in our prison, which we don't want to do. But we bring them back to their countries. Working with state and local
Oh,
parties,
yes,
the
it's over
FBI arrested
900, 9,000, yes.
8,000 violent criminals during
Yep.
the course of this period. In major cities like in New Orleans, Nashville, we saw a 250% increase in arrests. We got
Yeah, good,
we really
good point,
went
Bruce.
after the bad ones. These include 725 individuals wanted for violent crimes against children and murderers. These arrests are in addition to the work of our historic federal task forces that make DC Safe Task Force has been unbelievable. I mean, the job they've done, it's incredible. And it's been so nice.
I was a little
So
upset
many people
yesterday.
been
He
going
didn't let
out
the
to
workers
dinner and
sign
family
that,
dinners. They wouldn't.
the
they didn't
back
go
of that
out for
eagle
4 years. And now
on the
they're going out
helipad.
3 times a week. Restaurants are opening. Restaurants are full. And usually that means a lot of good things. But restaurants that were closed.
Oh,
are now
weekend at
opening up,
Bernie's Biden.
and everybody's happy. It's nobody's ever seen anything like it, actually, and everybody feels safe. You can have a child walk right through the middle of Washington D.C. and nothing's going to happen. We were losing more than one person a week in what they're being killed on an average of over one a week. The Make DC Safe Task Force has been incredible.
Make
And the
Cankles
Make
great again.
Memphis Safe Task Force is having very similar results. It's much earlier, but we've been there for a week and a half, but I'm hearing the results are pretty incredible, and you'll hear about that. They're mobilizing more than 20 federal agencies for the largest law enforcement operation targeting violent criminals in American
Yeah,
history.
he's the world's
As a
greatest
result of these
troll.
efforts, violent
Either
crime
him or
declined nearly
Elon Musk.
20%
I can't
nationwide
figure out
compared
which
to the
one's
same
the
period
bigger
last year.
troll.
And it was the safest and most peaceful summer in 2 decades. And honestly, we haven't really even gotten going yet.
Yes, that's
We
his
didn't have to
full
fight all
name.
these radical left governments. We
Cankles
could have had
doo-doo
Chicago
pants.
taken care of as an example.
Flatulence.
They had in a short period of time
Make
4,000
flatulence great again.
murders in Chicago, and we have to listen to this man stand up and say that we're bad.
Liar in chief, yeah.
And the people of Chicago are walking around with MAGA hats. You have women, beautiful
Good
black
point,
women
Critical.
walking around with MAGA hats.
How are we
Please
going to
let
have
the
our coffee if
president
we
in,
don't
and
make
we don't
liberal
care how he does
tears?
it. They're not interested in National Guard or Army, Navy. Bring them in. Marines, bring in the Marines. They just want the crime to stop.
Yeah,
And
30
more so
plus
because of the
convicted
success
felon.
that we had in D.C. I think if we didn't have that success, nobody would even believe it. So I want to congratulate all of the incredible law enforcement professionals joining us today, especially Attorney General Pam Bondi.
Oh, because I believe in the First
Deputy
Amendment,
Attorney General
AC.
Todd Blanche, who is
That's how we're gonna
fantastic
that's how we're gonna
legal
unite this country,
talent. He really is. He's a great guy.
by not,
And of course, FBI
talking,
Director Kash Patel. They have worked so hard.
you know,
on
by
this
talking
and
to
other
each other,
things.
not at each
Since
other.
the start of the administration, the FBI has arrested over 23,000 violent criminals, more than double the number arrested in the final year of the Biden disaster. The FBI has
Otherwise, we're going to be just divided
or severely disrupted more than
in 2
170
camps, and that
organized
no
criminal
country can
enterprises and gangs,
survive being
1,600
divided.
of the most violent gangs, and confiscated over 6,000 illegal firearms. And they've tracked down and arrested 4 fugitives on the most wanted list. 4 of the most wanted. Actually, 2 of them were.
I mean, look
the
at
most
Critical.
wanted
He said he
fugitives
wouldn't have
in the
voted
world.
for Trump.
There's still much more work to be done, which is why
You
the
know,
FBI
so
continues
he's
to work
open-minded,
alongside the
and I
Department of
appreciate that.
Justice, the Department of Homeland Security, and the Department of War to defend. And Pete Hegseth has been fantastic, by the way, on this too, on other things, but on this too.
I wish more
To defend
people were
law and
like
order,
my
combat
Senator
violent
Angus
crime,
King,
arrest illegal aliens,
independent.
and make American cities the safest in the world. And when I campaigned, I talked about crime, but I never knew that we were
F
going
the
to get into
D's,
it like
F
we did.
the R's, they're all
I
the
was
same
watching
team,
cities
right?
with the murders. Chicago recently had one deal where they had 11 murders in one weekend, and they said, well, yeah, but it was a holiday weekend. They actually told me that was the reason. Like it was okay because it was a holiday. It was Labor Day. These people are the worst. They really have to.
Did you see
I
that?
tell you what, the people in
Oh,
Chicago,
Cash
people in
Patel's
places
like,
that can be
come
fixed.
on, wrap
At
this
some
up,
point,
dude.
it gets to where you can't fix it anymore. It's too far gone. We have some cities like that, but these are great cities.
We need to
that can
tap
be
this
fixed.
guy
I'm
for
gonna be
his
strongly
energy. I think he
recommending,
could
at the request of government officials, which is always nice.
I think he could power
that
the
you start
world
looking
with
at San
his energy
Francisco.
that
I
he
think we can make San Francisco. There's one of our great cities 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Now it's a mess. And we have great support in San Francisco.
Pam
so I'd
Bondi
like to
is a
recommend that
blast
for,
from the past.
inclusion, maybe in your next
So I guess
group.
this isn't
Great
live, right?
support. Every American deserves to live in a community where they're not afraid of being mugged, murdered, robbed, raped, assaulted, or shot. And that's exactly what our administration is working to deliver. I didn't realize I was going to make this such a big factor in the I didn't really campaign. I campaigned on crime, but I never thought we'd go into every city and take a really safe city that we've all been living with for years and make them safe. And now it's like a passion for me, and it's a passion for the people behind me. So I didn't get elected. I did get elected for crime, but I didn't get elected for what we're doing. This is many, many steps above it. I want to thank Stephen Miller, who's right back.
Stephen Miller, shout out to Stephen.
I'd love to have him. I love watching him on television. I'd love to have him come up and explain his true feelings.
I remember this one, yeah.
Feelings. That might be
Stephen Miller.
But Stephen, thank you for doing an unbelievable job. And the people of this
Brought
country
to you
love
by
you,
Bic
I'll tell you, and
Raisins.
They love what you say about crime and stopping crime. So now I'd like to ask
The dictator's
Director
right-hand man
Patel to say a few words, and then Pam and Todd also. And I just want to congratulate them. This is an amazing thing, and we're just at the start.
the
We're gonna
Fuhrer's
go
right-hand
to
man.
other cities that we're not talking about purposely. We're getting ready to go in. And when they go in, like Cash as an example, told me that people didn't even know. 5 months ago, they went into Chicago. and they started doing a lot of work in Chicago, and we brought the numbers down a little bit, and but that really was just preparatory work for what we're going to do with the surge. We're going to have a surge of
Yeah, Clinton was the
Strong,
only one that balanced the
people.
budget.
patriots,
Yep.
and they're going to go.
Hi, Ryan Reynolds
Wouldn't
here
that be
from
great if
Mobile.
we
I'm
brought
here for a
that?
feature
Oh,
this summer.
man.
May I suggest your big wireless bill?
Make America great again. Let's go. Right? Oh, man. I hope there's hope. We'll see what the midterms bring. I don't know. I just want us to be united, guys. Enough of this bullshit that's dividing us. You know, come on, Trump. Bring us together,
He
dude.
said it was like, can you believe it? We're trying to save Chicago, but I understood exactly what he wants, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to save all of our cities, and we're going to make them essentially crime-free,
Nice.
like other countries have crime-free. If you go all over the world, you go to the world, you hear Afghanistan, and you hear all these different
F-Flock.
places. Our crime in certain cities is worse than anything they can even imagine, and we're not going to have that.
Corporations are
It's gonna
taking
stop,
over.
and it stops right here. Cash, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. What I'd like to do is just highlight some of the outstanding work that the men and women of the FBI have been doing. And thanks to your brave leadership and the mandate you were given by the American people, not only defend the homeland, but crush violent crime, you tasked us with our great partners at the Department of Justice and the Attorney General and the Deputy Attorney General to start making arrests and bring prosecutions and safeguard our cities. And you said it, this is just the beginning. In just 7 months, I hope the media takes a look at every one of these charts because these are the best numbers for fighting crime in U.S. history, and it's only 7 months in. And to do that, our vehicle to do it of choice was Operation Summer Heat, which the FBI architected to go after violent criminals. And in just a 3-month span, you had 8,700 arrests of violent criminals. You had 2,200
Uh-oh, my
firearms
camera's manic,
seized off the streets
bipolar.
permanently
Uh-oh.
to safeguard our communities. You had 421 kilograms of fentanyl seized. Just to put that in perspective, that's enough to kill 55 million Americans alone. You had 45,000 kilograms of cocaine seized. And thanks to our Department of Justice partners, you had 2,100 indictments in 3 months from June to September alone. Mr. President, that in and of itself would be historic for a 4-year presidency. You did that in 7 months because you let good cops be cops, and you partnered us with the right people in the Department of Justice to put the handcuffs on and bring him to court and put him in prison. And if that weren't enough, when you look at the year, for the entire 7-month period that we're talking about here, if you look at the past 4 years of the Biden administration, 16,000, 17,000, 15,000, 15,000. That's the number of arrests year over year of violent felons in this country for the Biden administration. Mr. President, in 7 months, you have 28,600 arrests of violent felons in just 7 months alone because of your leadership and the dedication of the men and women at the FBI who want to go out there and do the job they were prevented from doing because that department used to be weaponized and politicized. And this is what happens when you take out the fangs of weaponization. This number is historic by every metric. 28,000 people have been arrested, violent felons alone. And then when you go over there and look at some of these charts, if you don't mind, I'll just hop over here. Look at the metrics for not just violent crime, but the homeland. Mr. President, during your administration, the FBI has found and located 5,400 children. That is a 30% increase year to date.
Hey, Jonathan.
Violent crimes against children arrests alone are up 10%. Gang arrests are up 210% in the last 7 months alone. And transnational organized
Hey, John
crime,
M.
Stephen Miller, been a great partner, is up over 12% alone. These numbers are historic just as a snapshot. But just so people
Hey,
don't
Blake.
think we're focusing on violent crime alone, the national security mission, Mr. President, your leadership has never been stronger. We have gone after
Yeah, I want a suite like Maxwell. Damn.
Russia and Iran. In China alone, we've had over a 50% increase in espionage of Iran.
She's living better than me.
In Iran, we have had a 50% increase, again, in espionage cases. And in Russia, we've had a 33% increase in espionage
Hey,
cases
Yippee.
alone. When it comes to counterterrorism,
Convicted,
year to date,
yes.
we have
30 plus times.
versus
Felon.
100 last year, year to date alone. And when it comes to cyber criminal activity, some of the largest enterprises plaguing everyday Americans, we at the FBI have put out a mission to go go after
Guys, I've been watching this show for over 10 years.
This year, you already have 252
Shit show.
arrests. 52 arrests. Violent cyber criminals who are stealing from senior citizens, who are violating our children's rights and freedoms, and who are violating everyday Americans. These programs are record. And some of the two of the things I'll finish with that I'm most proud of, Mr. President, is FBI. Fentanyl. As you know, it's a scourge that's killing our youth, 100,000 plus a year. Today, the FBI has seized 1,900 kilograms of fentanyl. That's enough lethal doses to kill 127 million Americans alone today. And if that weren't enough, Mr. President, you said you have to go
Fiora.
after the worst of the worst.
Address him
And you
correctly.
empower the Department of Justice, our Attorney General, Deputy Attorney General, and Deputy Director at the FBI led the charge, not just on summer heat, but he also led the charge to the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives. These people have been on the run for years. And in 7 months,
Look at the
you've
picture of
captured not
Ronald
one, not
Reagan
two,
above
not
him.
three, but 4 of the FBI's most top 10
Off the
fugitives.
TV,
4.
Mugsy.
Just to put
Come
that in
on.
perspective, Mr. President, the Biden administration captured
Ay,
4
ay,
in
ay.
all 4 years. You're on 7, and we're going to get to 10. We're going to get to 10 of 10. This includes a lady who murdered her 6-year-old handicapped child and fled to India. We got her in 2 months. This includes a narco trafficker. This includes a sex trafficker. This includes another first-degree murder and gangbang. These people are on the run.
Hey, Lucky.
With the prior administration's reckless policies.
Maddie. Yeah, Mugsy's acting up. Look at him hanging out on the TV.
This is just the beginning.
Ah.
This is what happens when you have good cops. Mr. President, I just want to thank you for your incredible leadership, our great partnership with prosecutors who know how to bring cases and make sure these arrests stick. And that's what the Attorney General.
He is the boss. I know. I take second fiddle. I know. King who?
Criminals doing this activity.
Who really wears the crown? His crown's better than mine.
Absolutely crushing violent crime reform and defending this homeland, sir. And not to mention, I almost forgot this one.
I mean, look at us. He's MAGA. I'm not. I'm an independent, and we live together. So it just shows we can unite, everyone.
They have justice, their families have a peace of mind, and we're going to continue to find the others, Mr. President. On behalf of the FBI, sir, I just want to thank you.
There she is.
President Trump, the men and women of law enforcement say 2 things to me repeatedly. First, you have taken the handcuffs off them and let them do their jobs, and you let cops be cops.
Yes.
That's why all this is happening.
Don't worry about their head when you put them into the car.
Are working around the clock. All of
Don't
these
put your
great
hand
men
on
and
their
women of
head.
The FBI, they have families at home.
Remember
And
when he
they
said
are
that?
working during a government shutdown right now. Many of them have small children. Many of them, I was talking to an agent this morning. Many of them have babies at home, and they are working around the clock to not only keep our country, but our world safe.
Is she
And that's
trolling him
what
with the kids
Operation
talk?
Summer Heat did. Thank you, Director, and to the Deputy Director for everything you did on behalf of the Department of Justice, and you're going to continue to keep doing. And they set the stage for what
good
we're
point,
doing
Yeppy.
in Memphis. You're going to hear a lot more about that, our joint task force next
Hashtag
week. But they
love
set
letters.
The stage for Memphis.
Kim
And
Jong-un.
last night alone in Memphis, there were almost 70 arrests. There were 12 guns seized. And there was a 70-year-old man arrested as a result of our operation in Memphis who raped a child under the age of 3.
Hyperbole,
That one case
yes.
makes everything we're doing worthwhile. So thank you all for being here on behalf of both of us. Thank you, President Trump.
Aw.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. President. So this is a great day, and I think there's stats that the director talked about which are important. But I want to give 2 examples of what summer heat has done that actually will apply, hopefully, to everybody in this room. The first is for over 4 years, Senator Susan Collins worked tirelessly to provide the
Susan
quality
Collins.
mental health care our veterans deserve. That was being run as a drug den. There were over 1,000 calls to 911 over 4.5 year period.
What?
There were multiple violent crimes, drug dealers, overdoses, and murders at this one hotel, ruining a community. Summer Heat went in there, it's not only arrested all the participants that were controlling the hotel, but seized the hotel.
Is that like fake
And so
news
that's
critical?
one example of what summer heat means to everyday Americans that just want to live in peace. The second example is a large narcotics trafficking group that was selling fentanyl in the state of Washington. They were shipping fentanyl in using commercial aircraft, putting fentanyl pills and powder in suitcases, flying them from the southwest border, mostly Arizona, all the way to Washington. It had been going on for an extremely long time, and the entire organization was arrested. And I say those two examples because it's easy to look at the board and see.
Guys, carry Narcan with you. You never know when you can help someone.
Compared to the past 4 years, but there's actual life examples. Every one of these arrests means that our streets are safer, and that's because of the work of this administration, of President Trump and Director Patel. So I will tell you, Attorney General Bondi and I are together every day with Director Patel, figuring out ways that we can continue to do this work, and it's not going to stop. Like the Attorney General said, and like the President said, this is just the beginning, or phase one, or
snap!
Say,
someone just donate?
Continue on.
Oh, so baby Carca! Oh, thank you.
You found a way to get these individuals paid during a government shutdown. Our 1811 agents, on behalf of the FBI, it's a great debt that we owe you, sir. They're now allowed to.
Baby Carca, 2028. Let's go.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Any questions, please? Brian, go ahead.
First of all, I know the feedback I'm getting from the American people, but they say
thank you so
Law and
much.
order is not an option in this country. It's a mandate. So I know the American people, thank you for that. In terms of the guns that have been taken off the street, do you have a number of how many guns were taken away from someone that had a prior felony or
he's gone too, right?
Perhaps we can prosecute that, because I know that wasn't the case.
MTG's wife? Husband?
So
boyfriend?
off the street, it's because it belongs to somebody who is not allowed to have it. Could be
Put a one in the
gun,
chat
could be
if you'd
somebody
make
who's
love to
illegally- there's all sorts of
MTG.
conditions, but if there's a gun taken off the streets by the FBI,
She
because the
she
person
lost
who
her
has it is
Kool-Aid.
not
She
allowed
spilled
to-
it.
It's not somebody who's lawfully allowed to have it. So every single one of those guns were taken off of people who are allowed to have it.
And not including the FBI, all of the other agencies. ATF alone since January 20th has removed over 25,000 illegal guns off our streets just since President Trump's been in office.
Thank you, Kat.
Mr. President, if I can follow up on that, could there be any further conversation to have national concealed carry
Critical.
applied?
Yeah, that would do it, critical.
Like you have driver's license in Texas City, had a permit.
Well,
snap.
they've been talking about that for a long time. It's an interesting question. A lot of people feel strongly both ways, but we are talking about that, Brian. Thank you.
Mr. President, on Venezuelan boats, I want to ask you, why not have the Coast Guard stop them, which it is empowered by law to do? This way you can confirm and ensure that they're doing what they would suspect.
Because we've been doing that for 30 years, and it has been totally ineffective. They have faster boats. Some of these boats are seriously, they're world-class speedboats, but they're not faster than missiles. But we've been trying to do that for years, and so much of the drugs, 25-30%, would come in through the seas. Right now, we have, I would say, none coming in through the seas.
Can't really see him that way, though,
I don't
huh?
know about the fishing
there
industry.
we
If you
go.
want to go fishing, a lot of people aren't deciding to even go fishing. We've almost totally stopped it by sea. Now we'll stop it by land.
What's the next
But it
step?
never worked. It never worked when you did it.
You're gonna
in a
fall,
very
Mugsy.
politically
Get
correct
off the
manner.
TV,
What's the
please.
next step in this war on cartels? And are you considering options? Are you considering strikes on land?
Well, I don't want to tell you exactly, but we are certainly looking at land now because we've got the sea very well under control. We've had a couple of days where there isn't a boat to be found.
Oh, snap.
And that I view that as a good thing, not a bad thing.
Mazza.
We had tremendous amounts coming in by boats.
about some
but very
eggs and
expensive
hammy,
boats,
meme?
A lot of money, very fast, very expensive boats that were pretty big. And the way you look at it is every boat that we knock out, we save 25,000 American lives.
Amen.
So every time you see a boat and you feel badly, you say, wow, that's rough. It is rough, but if you lose 3 people and save 25,000 people, these are people that are killing our population. Every boat is saving 25,000 lives, and you can see it. The boats get hit, and you see that fentanyl all over the ocean. It's like floating in bags.
Free
It's all over
fentanyl.
the place, and it's a tremendous. We're saving tremendous amounts of lives.
On that issue.
I know you talked about, I have a question for you and then I also have a question for Director Patel. I know you talked about
Hey,
having
Diane.
some distaste for Boston recently. Is this one of those cities that you might be looking into, and can you give us a hint about other cities that you might be?
You say for where? For where?
For Boston.
Yeah, well, Boston has a bad mayor who at least is a reasonable IQ person. You know, most of them are low IQ.
A reasonable
and they're
IQ
so bad.
person.
I mean, what's going on in Chicago is just, you'd think the guy would say, hey, look, we have a problem, Mr. President. Could you come in and straighten it out? We could have that done in a month if we had their cooperation. It's going to be done anyway, but we could have
In
it done
2
in a month.
weeks?
Yeah, Boston, she's got 4 areas that are, wrong. And, somebody said, would we think about taking the World Cup away from Boston if they don't straighten it out? The answer
Hey,
is yes, we have
Diane,
the right
welcome.
to do that with
Oh,
FIFA.
thank you, Sam.
So if we think that LA is going to be bad, or we think that applies a little bit to the Olympics too, but we'll talk about FIFA first. FIFA is very hot. If we think there's any
Cat is
reason
the best.
that whether
Forget
it's
about
Boston
it.
or anywhere else that they're not doing their job, we're going to take those World Cup games and move them someplace.
Oh,
else.
thank you, Diane.
Director Patel, there's been so many conspiracies.
Diane, 2028. Let's go.
Assassination of Charlie Kirk. Do you have any updates for us, especially in light of all the?
I'm on at 7-Eleven. No political talk, just a beautiful community of peace and love. So join me at 7-Eleven Eastern Standard Time for empathy talk.
We are running out absolutely every single
I'll lather
week.
your,
And the best thing we can do
your
now, my friend Charlie Kirk's
ego.
life, is to make sure that everyone involved is prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And that's what we're focused on, investigating the facts, not trading in conspiracy theories.
Okay.
Mr. President, thank you so much.
Thank you.
In light of China's export curbs on rare earths, do you view India as a reliable partner going forward? And are you planning to meet Prime
Be
Minister
nice to my
Modi in
cat.
Malaysia?
Meow.
Are you open to talks in terms of?
Yeah, sure. He's a friend of mine. We have a great relationship. He just said that 2 days ago, as you know. We have a great relationship.
He said
No,
I
we're
was
not
cute,
happy with him
right,
buying oil
Sam?
from Russia, because that lets Russia continue on with this ridiculous war where they
Cat,
lost 1.5 million
2028. Let's
people,
go.
By the way, Russia's lost 1.5 million people, soldiers mostly. This is a war that should have never started, but it's a war that
Bravo,
Russia should have
bravo,
won
bravo in the
first week.
house. Hey,
And they're
Isaac.
going into the 4th year, and I want to see it stop. So I was not happy that India was buying oil, and he assured me today that they will not be buying oil from Russia. That's a big stop. Now I got to get China to do the same thing.
Thank you,
You know,
everyone,
that-
for
that is
your
relatively
support,
easy compared
your
to what we
likes,
just did over the last
and subscriptions. Thank you
week.
so much.
In the Middle East. Middle East was 3,000 years, and we got it done. This is 3 years, and I think we'll get it done. I think that President Putin, I think he wants to get it done. We'll see. There's a great animosity between him and Zelensky. You probably have noticed. Right?
Between you
And
and
it's,
him, yeah.
I think it's hurting the process. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, thank you. Curious, why did you authorize the CIA to go into Venezuela? And is there more information you can share about these strikes on the alleged?
Well, I can't
drug
do
busts
that,
in the
but
Caribbean?
I authorized for 2 reasons.
Bobby has been rocked.
All right, all right.
Calls me, the phone-
Guys,
I mean, it's I'm doing Circus
Mugsy needs a new home. He will not get off my television. I keep talking to him. He's incorrigible. So if anyone has a good home for Mugsy, let me know. He is potty trained. He has a litter box. I'll send that along with him. Yeah. No, it's not about our political differences. Yeah, he's MAGA. I'm not. But yeah, just reach out to me, King of the Pines on YouTube, and we'll make that happen. Back to the show.
Experience it for yourself at bluechew.com. And we've got a special
No, all right, enough of you. What did you
deal for our listeners right now. When you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the third.
Blue Chew? I should try that. No. Trump is so delusional. I couldn't agree with you more, Diane. Peter, welcome. Peter Wall. He lies about everything. Well, yeah. Well, not everything, but pretty much.
But I think Venezuela is feeling heat, but I think a lot of other countries are feeling heat too. We're not going to let this country, our country, be ruined because other people want to drop, as you say, their worst. They have given us their worst. They've loaded up our country with prisoners, with mentally ill people that are seriously ill.
They eat the
criminally ill.
dogs. They eat the cats.
And we're not going to take it. And so, I mean, it's just one of those things. And I can tell you, we've taken care of the sea. There's nobody, and we're watching. We're watching. And if we see it, we'll save it. Yeah, please.
On the ships, though, sir, there are Republicans and Democrats up on the Hill concerned that in the briefings they've gotten about those attacks, they're not necessarily getting information about who was on them and what exactly was on those ships. Can you ensure that?
But they are given information that they were loaded up with drugs, and that's the thing that matters.
Did someone
When
say
they're loaded
drugs?
up with drugs, they're fair game. And every one of those ships were, and they're not ships, they're boats, they're speedboats. They're extremely fast, record-setting type speedboats. They cost a lot of money, and they have a lot of money because they're drug sellers. But
Hugs
they
are
know
cheaper
one
than
thing,
drugs.
they all
Just
have
remember
the
that.
Same thing in common. There's drug dust. They call it drug dust.
Drug
They call
dust.
it fentanyl dust all over the boat after those bombs go off. And you can take
Hey,
a
Gregory.
look. We know before. We know when they go out.
Hey,
We know
Daniel.
we have much information about each boat that
Kathy,
goes out.
welcome.
Deep, strong
Ah,
information. Yeah, please.
we love Trump. 2028. How about we'll just make him a king, like me, king of the pines,
To who is it?
king of the White House. Let's go.
Are you considering other options, and will you speak with
No, we're looking at other options.
How's he
We are.
going to stay in office? Is it going to
President
be
Zelensky's coming in. I'm not a fan
a
of the
war? How's he
I'm not
going
a
to
fan
pull
of the
this
way it
off?
started. It should have never happened. It wouldn't have started if I were president.
National
The election was
security.
rigged, and because of that, we lost a lot of lives. Have been lost because of that. We're not American lives, but if I can save a lot of lives, that's why I'm in it. I want to save lives. I've had.
Yeah, he's
8
really.
wars. The Prime Minister of
He
Pakistan
definitely
got
got rid
up
of the
there
deep
said so
state.
beautifully, he said, "You saved millions
That's a
of
good
lives."
one,
He told
Kathy.
that to a group of people right in this
He
office.
is
He
the
said,
deep
the
state.
president saved millions of lives, and I think what he's referring to is the fact that that would have been with India nuclear war. That was getting very close. 7 planes. They were talking about it, but 7 aircraft were shot down. In fact, we
Thank
have
you,
the new
Mr.
ambassador
Trump,
to India
for
right here
closing the
that
border.
will
I'll give you
represent-
that one.
You better represent us, not them. Okay.
You got to come in legally.
But Sergio's going to do a great job. He's going to do a great job. But no, we'll be talking about the war with him, and we'll be talking about. I mean, they want to go offensive. I'll make a determination on that, but they would like to go offensive. You know that, and we'll have to make a determination.
Trumpstein.
You mean deranged? Jack? He's a deranged individual. Yeah. Well, they should. I'm surprised it takes so long. We're talking about violent crime. What about the
Lock
crime
'em up.
against a political opponent? That's what we have to talk about.
Jack
too.
Smith.
What?
I think it was the worst weaponization of a political opponent
Hey,
in
Rose.
the history of the world, let alone this country. And I hope that everybody's, they're involved. In it.
Like
I'm
and
not.
subscribe,
I'm
everyone.
the one
Thank you
that
so
had to
much.
suffer through it and ultimately win. But what they did was
But he
criminal.
loves the
Deranged Jack Smith, in my opinion, is a criminal.
less educated,
and I noticed
right?
His interviewer was, I think that was Weissman, and I hope they're going to look into Weissman too. Weissman's a bad guy, and he had somebody in Lisa who was his puppet.
Yeah, I hope
worked
everyone's
in
having a
the
wonderful
office,
day. Thank you,
really as
Rose.
the top person, and I think that she should be looked at very strongly. There was tremendous criminal activity having to do. If we don't
Random
have fair
pipe
elections
layer,
in this
welcome.
country, we're not going to have a country. And I've said it from the beginning: fair elections and border.
I do have
borders. And
Trump
we need
derangement
also fair
syndrome.
press.
I am taking
Because
shots
if you
for
don't
it.
have fair press, it's very tough.
It's almost cured.
And we've got the strongest border of anybody. Nobody has a border. We have a border where
I
the
think they're
numbers
all
just
working
came out
on a
again. You saw
vaccine for
0
that.
people came in illegally. Now we do take people into our country.
Operation Warp
But
Speed
0 people. But you're
to
talking
cure
about
my
a
Trump
different subject.
derangement
You're talking
syndrome.
about political crime. They have committed massive political crime. I hope they're looking at Shifty Schiff.
Yep.
I hope they're looking at all these people. And I'm allowed to find out. I'm allowed
Pencil
to,
neck.
I'm, in theory, the chief law enforcement officer. But I have a very good, talented group. This is about something else, but I hope they're looking at political crime. Because
How about
there's
no
never
more
been so
elections,
much
Kathy? That's what he's trying to
political crime
figure out.
against a political opponent. opponent as what I had to go through. They raided my house
They're
in
rigged.
Florida. It was an illegal raid. I have a lawsuit that was doing very well, and when I became president, I said, "I'm sort of
Make
suing
lawyers
myself.
great
I don't know
again.
and he settled the lawsuit. I'll say,
Look
give
at
me
Cash.
$X, right? And I don't know what to do with the lawsuit. It's a great lawsuit, and now I won. It sort of looks bad. I'm suing myself. Right?
Yeah, that
So I
didn't,
don't
wasn't
know,
a good
but
look.
that was a lawsuit that was very strong. Very
Oh, it
powerful.
got
They
blocked
raided
by the
illegally
Supreme Court.
my house in Florida, Mar-a-Lago. They went through the drawers of my young son. They went through all of the
Good point,
cabinets and
Diane.
drawers
Hey,
of the
Bri.
First Lady. She walked in. She said, "Wow, what happened?" Because she's very meticulous, and this wasn't so meticulous. As she looked into the drawers and she saw everything.
They're all
else.
corrupt,
It's,
Kathy.
what they
They're all
did
on the same team.
against the person
Most
that
of
just
them.
got out of office. And then you look at these corrupt people. You look at Hunter Biden. You look at the signature as an example of the auto pen. I just signed so many different things. An admiral, a four-star general. That I'm signing them left and right. The commissions. And by the way, I want to compliment John Thune and also Mike, our great speaker. But John Thune, all of a sudden, I'm getting these things by the hundreds. I was getting one every 2 weeks. It would have been 4 years before you got them in more. You would have had some that didn't even
thank
get
you,
in,
Sam.
all because of Democrat obstruction. So John Thune did a great job. I must have signed 200 into the administration. We're just about caught up. It's amazing. And so compliments to John. He had to do some things
Didn't they
that were very
close
tough to
Gitmo?
do that
No.
he didn't want to do. But he
Remember
was
those
forced to do
pictures
it
from
by the
Gitmo?
Democrats. And as far as the shutdown's concerned, this is a
That was
Democrat
crazy.
Schumer shutdown. And he's trying to do it to get relevance back into the party because he's a loser. I've known him all his life. He's always been sort of a loser, but
A
an intelligent one.
loser.
But I think he's losing IQ points with time. I think that happens. I hope it hasn't happened with me. I know if it did, you guys will let me know about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is my comic relief, guys. I'm sorry. Yikes.
It's incredible.
Hey, Sarah.
Janine Pirro is doing
Hey,
a fantastic job, and she is beside herself because you have these radical left
and
judges that
GD
they beat
Mining.
the hell out of this guy. And
Oh,
there
it's
was
still a
many
prison. Thank you.
People against this one guy.
Thank
who
you,
was really
Sam.
trying to protect his girlfriend. He didn't want.
Yes, he did promise to
open
close
the
it.
door.
Obama let me
They
down.
really beat him up badly.
Yeah.
That
He's
just
very
happened,
good
right?
speaker,
Wow,
but
that's terrible.
good
I think the
orbiter.
judge
Is that what it's called?
should be ashamed of him.
But yeah, he let us down.
That's a big problem. You know, they can do their job and then they go into a court and the people are protected by these. I don't know where they come from. Where did these people come from? Where did the judges come from?
Yeah,
I
but
wanna
Diane, he
compliment
doesn't
on
take a
behalf of
paycheck.
Pam and Todd and all of us.
Yet he's
because,
made billions.
Cash, I think that Janine has done a fantastic job.
Yeah,
And the case
Janine. I
heard
think
was
she's
like
next to
flawless.
go,
It's a
no?
flawless case. They have them on tape. They have everything, and then a judge gives them
Piero.
a little probation. Right? These are rough guys, and they're young.
Rough boys.
And if that
on the
happens, they're going to
street.
grow up. They're
Come
gonna
a
be
little
built down.
closer.
They're going to cause a lot of problems. Yeah, please.
Yeah, you gotta laugh. Yeah. This is my comic relief, guys. I used to take this serious because I have kids, but now I'm just.
I think they were great. He reported to me that you're great. He's a great man. You know, Modi is a great man. That he loves Trump. Now I don't know if the word love. I don't want you to take that.
Yeah, corporations
I
are
don't want to
taking
destroy
over.
his political
I think it was a
career,
big
okay?
kick in
But
the
you have to
teeth when he
understand, I
had all
watched
those
India for
techies
years.
behind
It's
him
an
after he
incredible
got
country.
elected.
And every single year you'd have a new leader. I mean, some would be in there for a few months, and this was year.
And then when
year after year.
he jumped in with
And my
Netanyahu,
friend has been there
and the
now
white
for a long
supremacists
time,
are
and
like, what?
And he's assured me there will be no
You tricked
oil
us.
purchased from Russia. I don't know. Maybe
I thought you
that's
were
a
one of
breaking
us.
story.
Shave
Did I
your
say
head,
that?
Trump.
Would you
Come
say
on,
it?
let's
There
go.
will be no oil. He's not buying his oil from Russia. It started.
Get with the
You
program.
know, you can't do it immediately. It's a little bit of a process, but the process is going to be over with soon. And all we want from President Putin is stop this. Stop killing Ukrainians and stop killing Russians because he's killing a lot of Russians. Again, it doesn't make him look good. It's a war that he should have won in 1 week, and he's now going into his fourth year.
Like your war with
That
Iran?
does not make this big so-called war machine look good. But he could make a settlement. We're willing to settle. I thought we had a deal.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sam. Someone told me he was live. Yeah, this one's pretty old. Blast from the past. Yeah, crypto. Yep. Pump and
Who would
dump.
think I created peace in the Middle East?
Peace and
And
love.
can't get the two guys to settle. But I think we'll get them. But if India doesn't buy oil, it makes it much easier. And they're not going to buy. They assured me they will within a short period of time. They will not be buying oil from Russia, and they'll go back to Russia after the war's over.
I did put replay in the.
Well, that's what I understand. I hope so.
Thank you.
I just want to see this country come together, guys.
A lot of people paid, actually. We got the people that we want paid. Okay.
You know, he's the
FBI
great
paid, we want the
divider.
military paid.
He's
got the
making
people
sure
that
that
we
we
want.
all
And I'll
are
tell you,
against
the
each other.
Democrats,
That's it.
they don't
Traitorous.
talk about this. You know, we're getting rid of programs that we didn't like, but that were negotiated.
I hate that I can't keep this a secret.
Me
I
too.
canceled all my food delivery subscriptions
Oh,
and
me
upgraded
too.
to Cookunity. And it's
Blah,
totally
blah, blah, blah,
transformed.
blah. All right, guys. How we all doing today? Who do we got here? Maddie. Hey, Cherokee Life. I just want to say, I hope everyone's having a great day. And I'm usually start my show at 7:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to join me, we stay away from the third rail of politics and religion, and we just great community here. Made by chat. Chat always wins. Never forget that. So peace and love. Peace and love.
All right.
On Hamas, sir, what is your understanding of the pace of returning the deceased hostages? Are you pleased?
Well, they're looking for them. Absolutely. They're looking. So we have the living hostages all back. They returned some more today. It's a gruesome process. I almost hate to talk about it. So, but they're digging.
Make everyone
They're actually
poor
digging.
again.
There are areas where they're digging and they're finding a lot of bodies. Then they have to separate the bodies. You wouldn't believe this. This is, and some of those.
Who does
bodies
he
have been
remind
in
me
there
of?
A long time, and some of them are under rubble.
Satan? I don't know.
Remove rubble.
The Antichrist.
But, there are graves. And some are
The next-
Some are in tunnels that died
The next
in tunnels.
Messiah? I don't
that
know.
are way down under the earth. And the tunnels are
Yes,
like 3
good
feet,
point,
2 to
Diane.
3 feet high.
Plays on
They
our
lived like this
fears.
for
Yep.
a long period of time. It's a horrible.
A
it's
rotten
horrible
guy
process.
on the side of the
At
road.
same
Good one,
time,
Sam.
we, meaning Israel, but I knew everything they were doing pretty much. I knew most of the things they were doing, but they've killed probably 70,000 of these people, Hamas.
Maybe this will bring our
And I
country
said, "It's
closer
time now."
together after
So we'll
this
see what happens.
is
We'll also
over.
see
I
what
hope
happens.
so.
Your next question is going to be the weapons. We want the weapons to be given up, sacrificed, and they've agreed to do it. Now they have to do it. And if they don't do it, we'll do it.
Come today suggests that Hamas needs to hurry up and
Donnie
disarm
Dingbat.
and
Ah,
follow
welcome,
your
PJ.
templates. That the head of
Brains.
CENTCOM saying that, is that not a signal to Hamas, to the
Hey,
rest of the world,
Scott.
that at some point the U.S. military were
Yes,
maybe
all
We won't need the
politicians for the most part.
We won't need it. We'll get involved because we're very much involved. And if we weren't involved, there wouldn't be peace. If we didn't destroy the nuclear capability of Iran,
Hey,
that deal would have
Cranky
never
Mullet.
happened for two reasons. The Arab
I like that
nations
name,
would not
Cranky
have
Mullet.
felt bold enough to do it because you have a very powerful at that time Iran. It's not powerful anymore. Between what Israel and us did, because the attack was if you
Yeah,
look
I'm
at it, we
independent.
helped them very much.
Good
They were
morning,
the first
Cranky.
to tell you, including shooting down thousands of drones that were coming into Israel. We shot them down. We were shooting them down like it was target practice, but we shot down thousands of drones and missiles also going into Israel. But between what we did to Iran that way with the conventional, we will call it, and what see that beautiful plane, that B-2, I noticed it on the desk.
I'm in
I
love
always
with
thought it was
that
beautiful, but
plane.
I never understood
Yep.
it. Now I understand. It took hundreds of thousands of bombs in the form of two, but hundreds of thousands of pounds of bombs. And every single bomb hit perfectly. Then they sent Tomahawks and they sent 30 Tomahawks on top of it. And that was totally,
Yeah,
CNN
bring back
said,
the
well, maybe it wasn't
Tomahawks.
as bad as Trump said.
Cowboys and
because
Indians.
I said obliterated. Obliterated is not a strong enough word, actually. And you saw the Atomic Energy Commission came out and said the word obliteration is very, very. Think of it. They came in under potential fire. They
Yes,
entered
Maddie.
Iran airspace late at night in the dark. No moon. The moon was
Oh,
low for
ketamine.
almost
I found out what that was
affected.
last night.
Couldn't see anything.
Psychiatric
And they
drug.
hit every
Yeah.
target, and they weren't hit. Nobody saw.
Yeah, he
that
does.
plane
Yeah, his
stop.
eyes aren't open like they
Nobody saw-
usually
the
are.
problem with that is it may be
The
still
glasses.
today.
Oh, he's got
Tomorrow it
my
won't be.
glasses.
And we just ordered
Give him back,
20
Cash.
brand new B-2 bombers. It's unbelievable as a weapon. I know Putin, when I was riding with him in Alaska, we passed a lot of them. And he said, that really did the trick. I said, yeah, it did. It's amazing. The flying wing. It's
Yeah, imagine partying with Cash.
No, I don't see that. No.
You'd have to clean a lot of beer off the floor after.
But we have other countries that are now. You know, we signed many countries.
Hey, Grandy
Many
Garden.
of those countries relatively are very strong.
Oh, you gotta be the
military
spice
powers.
in my chat. Thank you.
And Hamas has no support. See, Hamas had the support. of
Yeah, they
Iran,
look like
and now Iran
binoculars.
says,
Yeah.
don't get us involved. The last time they got them involved didn't work out too well. So they used to have the support of Iran. Today, Iran is.
Everyone like and subscribe.
trying
Thank
to
you so
survive.
much.
When I heard the reports 2 weeks ago, Iran's looking to build.
Ah,
a nuclear
yes, I
weapon. said, "Don't
love
worry
a
about it.
spicy
They
chat.
got a lot of
Yep.
things they want to do before nuclear weapons.
I love
They
when we
said the
talk
last thing
with
they
each
wanna
other,
do
not
is a
at each
nuclear
other.
weapon.
You know, to try to
It
figure
didn't
this
work out.
out.
And if they
You
did
know,
a nuclear weapon before they got even
let's
close,
bring this country
that
together,
site would be
guys.
attacked and it would be wiped out.
Mr. President, Mr. President.
You're meeting with President Xi in a few weeks. If you can't come to an agreement or a deal at that meeting, are we in for a sustained trade war with China?
Well, you're in one now. Look, we have 100% tariff. If we didn't have tariffs, we would be exposed as being a nothing. We would have no defense. You know, they've used tariffs.
I like
on
that the
us.
tariffs bring the jobs
we've never
back,
had
but
anybody
I think
sitting
it's
in
a
that
little
chair
too
that
late.
felt the
F
need to
NAFTA.
do it, and they've allowed us
I don't know.
to be $37 trillion in debt, et cetera, et cetera.
40.
We tariffs are a very important tool for our defense, for our national security. If we don't have tariffs,
Yeah, I
we're not
like the
gonna have
orange
national
better
security.
than this.
As an example, if you look at Pakistan and Iran, I told them I was in the midst of negotiating a trade deal with Iran, and Pakistan was going to be in line. And because of tariffs, they all want to negotiate much differently. We're making a good deal. And then I heard that they're shooting at each other. And I said during one of my conversations, are you guys going to go to war? Two nuclear powers. We are thinking about. I said, here's the deal. You go to war, I'm going to put a 200% tariff. I'm going to stop you from doing any business in the United States. I said it to both of them. Within
Only when
24
he's
hours,
speaking,
the war
cranky
ended.
mullet.
That would have been a nuclear war. And again, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, who was here 2 weeks ago, said that man saved many millions of lives in front of a whole group of people.
How many
Because
lies
thought it
is
was
he
gonna
up
be
to?
war. But when it came to
Remember they were
war or
counting
having
it. It was in the
massive tariffs,
tens
the
of
tariffs
thousands.
overrode. That's why it's so important.
I think he's trying to
Not
get a
only the money,
million.
we're taking in trillions of dollars. Not only the money, the power to keep peace, the power to be used for good.
This is why I have to
enormous.
take this.
But a lot of
This
people
guy drives me
didn't
crazy.
understand tariffs. It's also made us very rich. We have a big case coming up in the Supreme Court, and I will tell you, that's one of the most important cases in the history of our country. Because if we
All
don't
right,
win
line
that
up.
case, we will
I'll
be
give you
a,
one apiece. The
we
Rattler.
can
Make the Rattler great again.
financial mess for many years to come. I don't even know if survivable is a good term. And if we do, we're going to be the most powerful economic country in the world. And all we're doing
Grandy
is
God.
using them as a defense against what
Welcome,
took place for
everyone.
many years. China would charge us tariffs. It was incredible, but we weren't allowed to charge.
Yeah, we got to stop
So
with the
we're
insults,
allowed
right?
to do
I'm
whatever we
guilty
just
of
had
it as
presidents
well.
that didn't want to do it for whatever reason. And it was nothing. But of the 8 wars, I was saying 7 of the 8 wars, I would say tariffs are directly responsible.
But as you say, you're
for me
throwing insults by
ending
saying
6
libbies.
of them. 5 or 6. Without the tariffs,
We'll try to
we
be
have
nice.
wars
And I'm
raging
not even a
all over the
liberal.
world.
I'm an
With the tariffs,
independent.
other than Russia, we have no wars out there. And we made a lot of good friends too. Tariffs are so important to our national security. If we don't have tariffs,
Backyard hosting finds from
Blah,
QVC
blah,
that
blah,
make
blah,
your
blah.
patio feel party
Womp,
ready.
womp,
This
womp.
home
I hear
reflection
like
has-
the remember Charlie Brown? Womp, 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 Wah, wah, wah. Love you, cat. Meow. Yes, yes, yes. Look at your man beside him. Cash. What a name.
That,
With a
but it
K.
was very unfair, and they were tariffing our product. They're keeping up by using tariffs, and we didn't use it, but I used it. And
Yes,
now we
you
made one
did.
of the great deals with your $650 billion they pay us, and we've evened it out.
Ah,
It's
that's
really a good
funny,
thing to see.
Cranky.
And you have to understand, they've all signed Japan, South Korea.
Oof.
I mean, South Korea,
Ooh,
$350
that
billion
smell.
upfront.
Can't you smell
Japan,
that smell all
$650
around you?
billion. Ripoff. And if we don't have the use of tariffs, we have no national security. This country will have no financial security, will national security. And the people that brought the lawsuit are people that are aligned with foreign nations.
Oh, the human
that are
printer?
now being treated fairly as opposed to just.
I don't know where
us
she
off and
is.
ripping
I think
us
this is
aside.
before she was
So, but if we are
by
not
his
allowed
side.
to use what other people use against us, there's no defense. It'll be a disaster for America. That's why I think I'm going to go to the Supreme Court to watch it. I've not done that.
No, I think he
I have
paid
some very good cases.
$750
I
on
think
his taxes.
I think
So
it's one of the
on
most
1 year.
important cases ever brought because we will be defenseless against the world. Did you have one? Yes, please.
Hey, save our ship, please. Welcome. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Just type in the chat and I'll say hi.
I haven't made a decision on that, but you have some very people in the Georgia Senate race.
Well, Governor has endorsed.
No, I know the governor has, and he's spoken to me about it a lot. He likes that candidate a lot. And I understand that. I haven't made a
Oh,
decision.
thank you, Cranky Mullet.
But I'm following that race very carefully.
Like and subscribe, everyone. Thank you so much.
Because the senator they have now is a horrible senator. He
Yeah,
allows
rest in
all the
peace,
crime,
Charlie
all the
Kirk.
borders. You have open borders. I mean, his whole philosophy is a disaster. That's not.
I'm not a
representative
fan,
of
but
the people
you know,
of
no one
Georgia. I
should
know
be
the
killed
people of
over
Georgia. I won
politics.
Georgia
It's getting crazy out there.
3 times, but they say twice. Okay, I won it very big the last time, and I won it big the first time, and I won it big the second time. But we had criminals that didn't.
But I do give credit
I hope
to
they're gonna go into that. I hope they go into the votes,
Kirk for at least
which are being
talking to the
stored
other
in Fulton
side. But
County, and take a real look at those votes. Okay?
don't
'Cause
talk
I won
down
the
to
second
people.
time too. But I know Georgia very well. I love Georgia. Those people are great, and they deserve a good senator because the man they have now is a weak, ineffective person. Okay.
Vivek, yeah, I remember him.
Do you agree with me? He's the media.
TDS, I'm going to treatments for that. Yeah.
You know, the word believe isn't strong enough. You know.
You need Operation Speed,
I know I wouldn't
Warp
do it. No, we
Speed
have
to cure TDS.
Newt, you agree with us? Good. Otherwise, I have him dismissed immediately from. You know, his wife, as you know, is becoming an ambassador to a great country, Callista. So congratulations, and we're going to take
They
a
learn.
picture. And
Liam.
The only reason I'm doing, he speaks so well of me.
Shanahan.
He said,
welcome.
I'll go down as the greatest president in history. And then he blew it. He said, I'm not sure if I put him above Washington or Lincoln.
Ah.
So I'm not that happy about that, dude.
He's been hanging out with Washington lately. I've noticed that on his Truth Social.
That's the opposite.
It's the opposite. Todd, you represented President Trump, probably the greatest weaponization.
There's MTG's wife, husband,
You know
to be.
firsthand, if you can describe what you
Is she still going out with Brian?
administration, how they weaponized the DOJ.
The guy asking questions. What is he? OAN?
Last 4 years. I'm Brad, a local prosecutor. His office staffed by someone who Jackson.
Space Force. Do they have enough weapons for a Space Force? Maybe we have to steal some from them to replace depleted weapons. The old reflecting pool.
doing the right thing and
Yes.
and say that that's weaponization, and yet remain eerily silent about what happened for the past 3 years. I mean, we read these articles and give
That's funny, Maddie. I'm guilty of ripping up that. That was me, guys. I went there and I wanted a piece for my collection. I did take a piece of it when I was in Washington.
I mean, and also, nobody questions what I'm saying because it's true, because we all live the past 4 years. So, listen, they never want to bring up the details, but I watch the fake news.
Did anyone get a Fauci ouchie? I didn't.
And he wants to send them to prison. He wants all these. They indicted me like 5 times.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I took a mugshot. Who would have thought it turned out to my favor? I
want the
It's right out there
T-shirt.
on the door. New York Post, front page of every paper in the world. I had a mugshot. They wanted to send me. Nobody says that. They say he's acting very, very tough. He's acting unfair. Let me tell you.
You got to admit, that was a great picture. That was a great mugshot.
Because they are so good having to do with all of the things we're talking about today with violent crime.
Now, if that was a liberal, there would have been tears coming down in that mugshot. I do give him props
so
for that.
Respectful of the law, because the other Justice Department with Rita or Lisa and all of that scum, real scum.
Real scum, not fake scum.
Opponent of a guy that has a seriously low IQ. Now, in his case, it was low based on his career, but it got real low.
Real low.
Okay. It was descending rapidly. But what they did to go after his political opponent.
I think he's 79 in this video.
Worse than any third world country banana. Nothing. Are you nothing? They write stories. Why aren't they doing this? And I don't have to leave it up to them, but I choose to at this moment at least. But there's never been anybody treated in the history of politics.
Never.
You know, they say the 2 worst treated presidents by the media, etc., was that man right there, the late great Abraham Lincoln.
Shout out to Abe.
Right there, Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson.
They say Andrew Jackson was treated terribly. They give him number 1 and number 2, but that was before I came along, Newt.
There's Reagan.
I say I have number 1 times 10. Nobody's been.
No one's has
and make
been.
better the White House, and that's really what's happened. And
what happened?
Getting tremendous reviews, and we appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
But we're here for a different reason. It's called Operation Summer Heat, which is an appropriate term in light of what we're doing. And early yesterday morning, I returned from the Middle East, where we celebrated a historic agreement to end years of suffering and conflict. Amazing.
Salam alaikum.
Every country came together. Even the enemies came out and totally endorsed it. Everybody, I've never seen anything like it. Nobody's seen anything like it. Just as we are forging peace and stability abroad, we're also restoring peace and safety and stability.
Imagine being Fauci's cellmate.
In Washington, D.C. may be better than any place because we got there, and within 12 days it was very good. And within 30 days, it's been as safe as any city in the country. So
I'm at the coffee shop, and this woman walks up to me.
We've
like,
got
hey,
things
I saw
going
what you
for
had.
us.
You actually had me mobile. I was like, yeah. Whereas she was really like, I can't prove it.
Yeah, Fauci who? Welcome, Alejo. Oh, yeah, you subscribed to me, didn't you, yesterday? Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone that's come in, supports this, I guess you would call it a show, no? Yeah. You guys are the best. You know, I've been watching this for over 10 years, day, night. And if I got to watch it, damn it, you guys got to watch it with me. So there.
And dangerous criminals. And these are among the most dangerous and violent people in the world. They were allowed, in many cases, not in all cases, but in many cases,
thank you,
they were
Maddie.
allowed in by a very foolish, actually
67 likes.
Policy.
What?
Just anybody could have come in. They emptied out their jails, their prisons, their
Thank
mental
you, Sam.
institutions. They emptied them into our country. And the people behind me have done an incredible job because it If we didn't have that administration, it would have been so much easier.
I know. I'm a
allowed
rookie.
Millions of people in this country that shouldn't have been allowed.
Hey,
including
but I
over
did for getting
11,000
locked up
murderers.
live on
Half of them
IRL.
murdered more
I
than
got
one
Rookie of the
person.
Year.
And many
Can't
of them
take
are
that
gone
from
now,
me.
or they're put in prison because we don't want to have them come back. So we literally put them in our prison, which we don't want to do. But we bring them back to their countries. Working with state and
Exactly,
local
Vic's
partners,
dog.
The FBI arrested
Michael
over
Vick's
8,000
dog.
violent criminals during the course of this period.
Trump who?
In major cities like in New Orleans, Nashville, we saw a 250% increase.
Hey, are
in
they going to
arrests.
bury him on the golf
that
course
really
next to his
went after
ex-wife
the bad ones.
and let the grass
These
grow
include
over it?
725 individuals
Just
wanted
asking
for
questions.
violent crimes against children and murderers. These arrests are in addition to the work of our historic federal task forces that make DC Safe Task Force has been unbelievable. I mean, the job they've done,
Hey, Louie,
it's
Louie.
incredible. And it's been so nice because so many people, they're going out to dinner and they're having dinners. They didn't go out for
Yes, so
4
true,
years.
Louie.
And now they're going out
We're
3
being
times a
led
week.
by
Restaurants
people
are
on both
opening,
sides that are
restaurants are
just
full,
eating at the
things, a lot of
trough.
good things, but restaurants that were closed are now opening up, and everybody's happy. It's nobody's ever seen anything like it actually, and everybody feels safe. You can have a child walk right through the middle of Washington D.C. and nothing's going to happen.
Hey,
We were
Rob.
losing more than one person.
Hey,
a week
David.
more. They're
Knows
being
audio.
killed on an average of over one a week. The Make DC Safe Task Force has been incredible, and the Make Memphis Safe Task Force is having very similar results. It's much earlier, but we've been there for a week and a half, but I'm hearing the results are pretty incredible.
Hey,
You'll
Mike.
hear about that. They're mobilizing more than 20 federal agencies for the largest law enforcement operation targeting violent criminals in American history. As a result of these efforts, violent crime
Oh, come
declined
on. Go
nearly
off
20%
script. That's when you do
nationwide
your best
compared to the
work,
same
sir.
period last year. And it was the safest and most peaceful summer in 2 decades. And honestly, we haven't really even gotten going yet. If we didn't have to fight all of these radical left governors, we could have had Chicago taken care of as an example. They had in a short period of time 4,000 murders in Chicago, and we have to listen to this man stand up and say that we're bad people.
Yeah,
And the
what's
people
up
of
with
Chicago are walking around with MAGA hats. You have women, beautiful black women, walking around.
I
with
think I'm going to
MAGA
get a
hats.
MAGA hat.
Please let the president in.
They got to
and we
be
don't
cheap
care how
now.
he
I
does
want
it.
one made in
They're
America,
not
though.
interested in National Guard or Army, Navy. Bring them in. Marines, bring in the Marines. They just want the crime to stop. And more so because of the success that we had in D.C. I think if we didn't have that success, nobody would even believe it. So I want to congratulate all of the incredible law enforcement
Face
professionals
diapers.
joining us today.
That's the
especially
first
Attorney
I've heard
General
that one. That's
Bondi, who's
funny.
Terrific. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, who is a fantastic legal
Yes,
talent.
good point,
He really
David.
is. He's a great guy too. And of course, FBI Director Kash Patel. They have worked so hard on this and other things. Since the start of the administration, the FBI has arrested over 23,000
Oh, nice
violent
mule.
criminals, more than double the number arrested.
Yeah, I want a
The
data
final
center
year of
in
the
my
Guyton
on my
disaster.
property.
The FBI
Come on, let's
has
go.
also destroyed
Not in my backyard.
or severely disrupted more than 170 organized criminal
Where did all
enterprises
the
and
water
gangs,
go?
1,600 of the most violent gangs, and confiscated over 6,000 illegal firearms. And they've
What?
tracked down and arrested 4 fugitives on the most wanted list. 4 of the
Welcome,
most
Timmy.
wanted. Actually, 2 of them were the most wanted fugitives in the world. There's
Dorothy,
still much
welcome.
more work to be done, which is why the FBI continues
Yeah,
to work
where's
alongside the
Melania?
Department of Justice, the Department of Homeland Security, and the Department of War to defend. And Pete Hegseth has been fantastic, by the way, on this too. One other thing.
Yeah, it did take a lot of. It almost took me out. I'm elderly. I'll be 65 in a couple months. It almost took me
arrest
out.
illegal aliens and make American cities the safest in the world. And when I campaigned, I talked about crime, but I never knew that we were going to get into it like we did. You know, I mean, I used to watch these cities with the murders. Chicago recently had one.
Hey,
They
Ernest.
had 11 murders in one weekend, and they said, "Well,
Yeah,
it was a
that's
holiday
funny.
weekend." They
He
actually
just
told me
got
that was
struck
the
by
reason.
lightning.
Like it was okay because it was a holiday. It was Labor Day. These people are the worst. They really
Operation
have to-
Warp
you better-
Speed.
I tell you what, the people in Chicago and the people in places like that can be fixed. At some point, it gets to where you can't fix it anymore. It's too far gone. And we have some cities like that. But these are great cities that can be fixed. I'm going to be strongly recommending, at the request of government officials, which is always nice, that we
Welcome,
start
brain
looking at San
injured.
Francisco. I think we can make San Francisco. There's one of our great cities 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Now it's a mess. And we have great support in San Francisco. So I'd like to recommend that for inclusion, maybe in your next group. You'll get great support. Every American deserves to live in a community where they're not afraid of being mugged, murdered,
Yes,
robbed,
need
raped,
to
assaulted, or shot.
resupply our troops
And that's
like
exactly what
yesterday.
our administration is working to deliver. I didn't realize I was going to make this such a big factor. I didn't really.
I want, hey, welcome,
but I never thought
I'd
I'd go into
wank,
every city and
no
take a
be.
really safe
Let's
city that
kneel
we've
to
all
the
been
massa.
living with for years and make them safe. And now
Yeah,
it's like
40
a passion
trillion
for
in
me.
debt.
It's a passion for the people behind me. So I didn't get elected. I did get elected for crime, but I didn't get elected for what we're doing.
You got elected for
Many, many
crime.
steps above it. I want to thank Stephen Miller, who's right back in the
Yes,
audience
Stephen
right
Miller.
here. I'd love to have him. I love watching him on television. I'd love to have him come up and explain his true feelings. Maybe not his truest feelings. That might be going a little bit too far.
Throwing
Stephen
Stephen Miller under the bus.
Unbelievable job. And the people in this country love you, I'll tell you. And they love what you say about crime and stopping crime.
Oh.
So now I'd like to ask Director Patel to say a few words, and then Pam and Todd also. And I just want to
We want to hear
them.
you
This
talk.
is an amazing
Papa Trump.
thing. And we're just at the start. We're going to go into other cities that we're not talking about
The
purposely.
United States of Israel.
And when
Hey,
they go
Mac
in,
Daddy.
Mike Cash, as an example, told me that people didn't even know. 5 months ago, they went into Chicago, and they started doing a lot of work in Chicago. And we brought the numbers down a little bit. And but that really was just preparatory work for what we're going to do with the surge. We're going to have a surge.
Thank you, everyone, so much for the
strong,
support of this channel. I
people,
really thank you. And thank you
patriots,
for your
and they're gonna
donations.
go
I
in, they
see that.
straighten it all
I'm
out.
sorry
So,
I missed someone who sent
lot
me
of these
jewels
cities we're
in a
already
donation
working
today.
on, but we
Thank you
don't do it
so
with
much.
a big flavor. But in a little while, you're going to see some numbers that you're not going to believe. And
Mayday, Mayday,
probably start
Mayday.
with Memphis, because I'm hearing the numbers are much quicker than we even thought possible.
I love you guys.
But again, DC it speaks for itself. Chicago is going to be okay. We're going to save Chicago. And I told you, and I told them,
The Windy
a
City.
very respected man, the head of the Union Pacific, said, "Sir, save
Sir.
Chicago."
Whenever he
Into
says
this day.
sir, you know
And
he's
the way he
lying.
said it, it was
He
like,
said,
"I
sir.
believe it, we're trying to save Chicago." But I understood exactly what he wants, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to save all of our cities, and we're going to make them essentially crime-free.
Nice.
Like other countries have crime-free. If you go all over the world, you go to the world, you hear Afghanistan, and you hear all these different places.
North Korea.
Our crime in certain cities is worse than anything they can even imagine. And we're not going to have that any longer. It's going to stop. And it's
Thank
sorry,
goodness.
Cash, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. What I'd like to do is just highlight some of the outstanding work.
It's
and
Fura
that
to
we
you,
have been doing.
Mr.
Thanks to your
President.
great
How dare
leadership
him?
And the mandate you were given by the American people, not only defend the homeland, but crush violent crime. You tasked us with our great partners at the Department of Justice and the Attorney General and the Deputy Attorney General to start making arrests and bring prosecutions and safeguard our cities. And you said it, this is just the beginning. In just 7 months, I hope the media takes a look at every one of these charts, because these are the best numbers for fighting crime.
Never
in the
been
US
numbers like this
history,
before.
and it's only
Never.
7 months in. And to do that, our vehicle to do it choice was Operation Summer Heat, which the FBI architected to go after violent criminals. And in just a 3-month span, you had 8,700 arrests of violent criminals.
What?
You had 2,200 firearms seized off the streets permanently
Nice.
to safeguard our communities. You had 421 kilograms of fentanyl seized. Just to put that in perspective, that's enough to kill 55 million Americans alone. You had 45,000 kilograms of cocaine seized. And thanks to our Department of Justice partners, you had 2,100 indictments in 3 months, from June to September alone. Mr. President, that in and of itself would be historic for a 4-year presidency. You did that in 7 months because you let good cops be cops, and you partnered us with the right people in the Department of Justice to put the handcuffs
And when you put them
on,
in the paddy wagon, don't worry about protecting their head.
if that weren't enough,
Yeah.
when you look at the year, for the entire 7-month period that we're talking about here, if you look at the past 4 years of the Biden administration, That's the number of arrests year over year of violent felons in this country for the Biden administration. Mr. President, in 7 months, you have 28,600 arrests of violent felons in just 7 months alone.
Ah, that's a good one, Maddie. Hey, beautiful Mary Jane. Welcome.
There and do the job they were prevented from doing because that department used to be weaponized and politicized. And this is what happens when you take out the fangs of weaponization. This number is historic by every metric. 28,000 people have been arrested, violent felons alone. And then when you go over there and look at some of these charts, if you don't mind, I'll just hop over here. Look at the metrics for not just violent crime, but the
How does some of these people sleep at night?
during your administration, the FBI has found and located 5,400 children. That is a 30% increase.
Did you know that getting
I
hard and
did
actually
know that.
wanting sex are completely
Blah,
different
blah,
systems?
blah,
That is
blah,
exactly why
blah.
motivated choosers.
How's everyone doing today? Beautiful day here in northern Maine. 72 degrees. Yes. What's the temperature where you're at today? How about them Red Sox? My day is good. I'm taking the day off today, Maddie. I don't know why. I have no excuse. Oh, that's awesome, Mary Jane. Usually on a beautiful day like this, I'd be outside, but I had to spend time with you guys. Please forgive me.
And in Russia, we've had a 33% increase in espionage cases alone. When it comes to counterterrorism, year-to-date,
I have chat
we have
derangement
125
syndrome.
arrests this year versus 100 last year, year-to-date alone. And when it comes to the cyber criminal activities, which are some of the largest enterprises plaguing everyday Americans, we at the FBI have put out a mission to go after cyber criminals like never before. Last year, they had
Yes, he has a forever pardon.
This
Yeah.
year, you already have 252 arrests. 52 arrests of violent cyber criminals who are stealing from senior citizens, who are violating our children's rights and freedoms, and who are violating everyday Americans. These programs are record. And some of the two things I'll finish.
Oh, thank you, Mary Jane.
Fentanyl. As you know, it's a scourge that's killing our youth, 100,000 plus a year.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that Grandy's garden. Yeah, I say we gotta do something about the pardons.
You said we have to go after the worst of the worst. And you empower the Department of Justice, our Attorney General, Deputy Attorney General, and Deputy Director of the FBI.
Much love, much love.
But he also led the charge of the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives. These people have been on the run for years. And in 7 months, you captured not one, not two, not three, but
Auto
four.
pen administration. That's a good one. I'm stealing that. If I can remember. Getting old is not fun when it comes to memory.
This includes another first-degree murder and gangbang. These people are on the run because of the prior administration's reckless policies that destroyed our communities. You came in and mandate said, go after the worst of the worst. This is just the beginning. This is what happens when you have good cops and good cops.
Oh, wouldn't that be crazy if they vote a Democratic governor? Wow, Timmy.
With prosecutors who know how to bring cases and make sure these arrests stick. And that's what the Attorney General and the Deputy
Boy, that would be a kick in the teeth, right? For MAGA.
Prosecutors are making this. We are deterring criminals from doing this activity. We are preventing criminals from coming into America, and we are absolutely crushing violent crime and federal reform and defending this homeland, sir. And not to mention, I almost forgot this one. It took you, sir, 2 weeks to get the Aggregate bomb.
2 weeks.
Joe Biden had 4 years to
Everything's 2 weeks.
got it in 2 weeks. Thanks to the hearings.
That's funny. He's trolling Trump with a 2 week. Oh. Thank you so much. There she is.
President Trump, the men and women of law enforcement say two things to me repeatedly. First, you have taken the handcuffs off them.
Yep. And
And
put
let
them on
them do their
her.
jobs. And you let cops be cops. That's why all this is happening. The director, the deputy director are working around the clock. All of these great men and women in the FBI, they have families at home, and they are working during a government shutdown right now. Many of them have small children. Many of them, I was talking to an agent this morning. Many of them have babies at home, and they are working around the clock to not only keep our country but our world safe. And that's what Operation Summer Heat did. Thank you, Director, and to the Deputy Director for everything you did on behalf of the Department of Justice, and you're going to continue to keep doing. And they set the stage for what we're doing in Memphis. You're going to hear a lot more about that, our joint task force next week, but they set the stage for Memphis.
Trump won?
Last night alone in Memphis,
3 times, right?
There were almost 70 arrests. There were 12 guns seized. And there was a 70-year-old man arrested as a result of our operation in Memphis who raped a child under the age of 3. That one case makes everything we're doing worthwhile. So thank you all for being here on behalf of both of us. Thank you, President Trump.
Thank you, President Trump.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. President. So this is a great day. I think the stats that the director talked about, which are important, but I want to give 2 examples of what summer heat has done that actually will apply hopefully to everybody in this room. The first is for over 4 years during the last administration, there was a hotel in a town, the middle of the town in Alaska, that was being run as a drug den. There were over 1,000 calls to 911 over 4.5 year period. There were multiple violent crimes, drug dealers, overdoses, and murders at this one hotel, ruining a community.
Guys, there will be refreshments served in a little while. Mary, I can smell the cookies. Mary Jane is whipping up a batch right now.
And so that's one example of what summer heat means to everyday Americans that just want to live in peace. The second example is a large narcotics.
We do have Kool-Aid as well.
Fentanyl in the state of Washington. They were shipping fentanyl and using commercial aircraft, putting fentanyl pills and powder.
Cookies and coffee,
in suitcases,
and Kool-Aid.
Flying them from the southwest border, mostly Arizona, all the way to
3
Washington.
C's.
It had been going on for an extremely long time, and the entire organization was arrested. And I say those 2 examples because it's easy to look at the board and see 1,000 arrests. How much different?
Ooh, that'd be a good name for a show. Cookies and coffee with Mary Jane Cookies.
Actual life examples. Every one of these arrests means that our streets are safer, and that's because of the work.
Oh, you're right. All right. Can we do it with a C, like as in cool dude?
And I are together every day with Director Patel, figuring out ways that we can continue to do this work.
Only when he's talking,
it's not
Alec
gonna
Joe.
stop, like the Attorney General said, and like the President said, this is just the beginning, or phase 1, or start, whatever you want to say, but it will continue on. So thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much, Director Patel.
Mr. President, just one last thank you.
Yes, he was the highest paid bureaucrat. That is not fake news. Thank you, Grandy Garden.
Our 1811 agents. On behalf of the FBI, it's a great debt that we owe you, sir. They're now allowed to pay for their families. Thank you.
And the military.
That's right.
Good point.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any questions, please?
In the back, Mary Jane Cookie. What's your question?
The feedback I'm getting from the American people, but they want to say thank you. Law and order is not an option in this country. It's a mandate. So I know the American people thank you for that.
There he is. Brian always gets the first question.
Do you have a number of how many guns were taken away from someone that had a prior felony or?
You have a great day, Grandy Garden. Thank you so much.
I know that wasn't the case. We don't take guns off the streets of people that are allowed to have guns.
Yeah, vigilant.
Every gun that we're taking off the street, it's because it belongs to somebody who is not allowed to have it. Could be a felon, could be somebody who here's illegally. There's all sorts of conditions. But if there's a gun taken off the streets by the FBI, it's because the person who has it is not allowed to. It's not somebody who's
I better be informed. I've been watching this for over 10 years. Every rally.
Not including the FBI, all of the other agencies. ATF alone since January 20th has removed over 25,000 illegal guns off our streets just since President Trump's been in office.
If I can follow up on that, could there be any further conversation to have national concealed carry applied to
Thank you, Mary Jane. I saw that you had the last emoji of the chat yesterday, and I saw that the piece with the Love Army. Mwah. Love you, girl. That was a crazy show yesterday, huh? Tanland.
I'm here to give y'all some game. I'm gonna put you
Yo,
more
yo,
something,
yo,
okay?
in the
I'm a man.
house. Let's
I love
go.
sex as much as anybody else, right?
Yes. I did that on purpose. I'm glad you've seen it. Oh yes, thank you, thank you. Yeah, you put a smile on my face last night, Mary Jane. Yeah. I would say that was one of his better shows last night. I don't know if he kept it. I hope he did. I was talking to a friend of mine last night during that. I won't mention any names, but yeah, we had a good laugh together. Uh,
Are you considering strikes on land?
Well, I don't want to tell you exactly, but we are certainly looking at land now because we've got the sea very well under control. We've had a couple of days where there isn't a boat to be found. And that I view that as a good thing, not a bad thing. But we had tremendous amounts coming in by boats, by very expensive boats. You know, they have a lot of money, very fast, very expensive boats that were pretty big. And the way you look at it is every boat that we knock out, we save 25,000
yes,
American
love one
lives.
another.
So every
Amen.
time you see a boat and you feel badly, you say, wow, that's rough. It is rough. But if you lose 3 people and save 25,000 people, these are people that are killing our population. Every boat is saving 25,000 lives. And you can see it. The boats get hit and you see that fentanyl all over the ocean. It's like floating in bags. It's all over the place. And
Yes, a
it's
Russian
a
asset. I
tremendous, we're
agree.
saving tremendous amounts of lives.
Either that or he's a
Yeah.
useful idiot. One of the two.
I know you talked about, I have a question for you, and I also have a question for Director Patel. I know you talked about.
I know it
having
is, my
some,
dear.
distaste
But you
for
know we
Boston
always have a
recently.
home
Is this
here,
one
my
of the
dear.
cities that you might be looking into, and can you give us a hint about other cities that you might be?
You're saying for where? For where?
For Boston.
Yeah, well, Boston has a bad mayor who at least is a reasonable IQ person. You know, most of them are low IQ, but and they're so bad. I mean, what's going on in Chicago is just. You'd think the guy would say, "Hey, look, we have a problem, Mr. President. Could you come in and straighten it out? I could have that. We could have that done in a month if we had their
2 weeks.
cooperation.
2 weeks.
It's going to be done anyway, but we could have it done in a month. Yeah, Boston. She's got 4 areas that are, wrong. And somebody said, would we think about taking the World Cup away from Boston if they don't
yes,
straighten
we
it
need
out?
to
The
teach.
answer is
Yes,
we
I
have the
like
right
that.
to
I
do
like
that
go.
with FIFA. So if we think that LA is going to be bad, or we think that applies a little bit to the Olympics too, but we'll talk about FIFA first. FIFA is very hot. If we think there's any reason that whether it's Boston or anywhere else that they're not doing
Dave's
the
not
job,
here,
we're gonna
man.
take that those World
Cheech and
Cup
Chong
games and move them
reference.
someplace else.
And then Director Patel, there's been so many conspiracy theories swirling around.
Oh, thank you, Mary Jane.
Charlie Kirk. Do you have
Low
any
IQ.
updates
65. Well, you're being generous, Diane. I think he's dumb as a fox, as they used to say, no?
Manhunt to capture Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin in 33 hours. And if you put that in perspective to Luigi Mangione with the Boston Bomber, they took them 5 days and a police officer lost their life in their manhunt. We are running out absolutely every single lead. And the best thing we can do to honor my friend Charlie Kirk's life is to make sure that everyone involved
Rest in peace,
is
Charlie.
prosecuted to the full extent of the
That's
law.
when we go too far, when we start shooting
not trading in
people we don't agree with. What's up with that?
Mr. President, thank you so much.
Thank you.
In light of China's export curbs on rare earths, do you view India as a reliable partner going forward? And are you planning to meet Prime Minister Modi?
Dumb as a box of rocks. Good one, Diane. I'm stealing that.
Great relationship. He just said that 2 days ago,
Oh.
We have a great relationship. No, we were not happy with him buying oil.
Dumb as a
from
box
Russia.
of rocks.
Because that lets Russia continue on with this
Hey,
ridiculous
Kim
war
Marie.
where they've lost 1.5 million people, by the way. Russia's lost 1.5 million people, soldiers mostly. This is a war
Well, his
that-
daddy
that
gave him money,
it's a war
right?
that
What
Russia
do you
should have
call
won
that?
in the first week.
Born
And
with
they're
a
going
silver
into the
spoon in
fourth
your
year.
mouth?
And I want to see it stop. So I was not.
Yeah,
happy
give
that
me a
India was
million. I'll
buying
become a
oil.
billionaire.
And he assured me today that they will not be buying oil from Russia. That's a big stop.
Who
Now we gotta get
bankrupts
China to do this.
not one, but multi
that is
casinos?
relatively easy compared
Explain
to what
that.
we just did over the last week
How about them Red
in the Middle
Sox?
East. Middle East was 3,000 years, and we got it done. This is 3 years, and I think we'll get it done. I think that Putin President Putin, I think, I think he wants to get it done. We'll see. There's a great
Thank you,
animosity
Sam.
between him and Zelensky. You probably have noticed, right? And I think it's hurting the process. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, thank you. Curious.
Yeah,
why
the
did you
pump and dump
authorize the
crypto.
CIA to
Everyone,
go into
all the
Venezuela?
people
And
got
is
fucked
there
except
more
for him and
information
his
you can share with us
guys as they
regarding
pumped and dumped
So
that
I can't
crypto.
do that, but I authorize people for two reasons. Number one, they have emptied.
Yeah,
their
Lord
prisons
help
into
us
the
is right,
United
Michael
States of
Wilson.
America.
Amen.
They came in through the.
Life's not hard for
Well,
me.
they
I'm
through the
I'm
border.
out here
They came in because we had an open border
being a
policy.
prepper in the
And as soon as I
pines,
heard that, I
so
said, a lot of
I'm
these
all
countries, they're
set.
not the only country, but they're the worst abuser. And they've entered they've allowed thousands and thousands of prisoners, mental institution, people from mental
Welcome, Billy.
institutions, insane
Merkel.
asylums, emptied out into the United States. We're bringing them back, but that's a really bad. And they did it at a level that probably not, many countries have done it, but not like Venezuela. They were down and dirty. And the other
That's a
thing
good
with
one,
drugs, we
David.
have a lot of drugs coming in from Venezuela, and a lot of the Venezuelan drugs.
Yes,
come in through
amen
the
to
sea,
that,
so we
Mary
can see
Jane.
that. But we're going to
Life
stop
is
them
what
by
you
land
make it.
also.
Yep. I like that. I'm stealing that, Mary Jane.
Oh, I don't want to answer a question
Don't-
like that. That's a ridiculous.
Don't have
question to be given.
the Justice
Not really a
Department lock me
ridiculous
up for
question,
that.
but wouldn't it be a
Please.
ridiculous question for me to answer? But I think Venezuela is feeling heat, but I think a lot of other countries are feeling heat too. We're not going to let this country, our country, be ruined.
This is
because
how I stay
other
sane.
people want to drop, as you say, their worst. They have given us their worst. They've loaded up our country with prisoners, with mentally ill people that are seriously ill, criminally ill.
Mugsy, off the
And
TV.
we're
Last
not
time I'm going to
protecting
say
that.
it.
So, I mean, it's just one of those things. And
Does
I
anyone
can
want
tell you,
Mugsy?
we've taken care of the sea. There's nobody, and we're watching.
I'll trade him
We're
for a
watching.
kitty.
And if we see
A
it,
little
we'll
black
save it.
one with
Yeah, please.
blue eyes or something.
There are
The one
Republicans
Rayanne
and
got.
Democrats up on the Hill concerned that in the briefings they've gotten about those attacks, they're not
Wake and
necessarily getting
bake.
information
Let's
about who was
go.
on
Show
them,
us Mugsy.
what
You got it,
exactly was
Sam.
on those ships. Can you ensure that at
But
least
they
one
are
of them
given
is on them?
information that they were loaded up with drugs, and that's the thing that matters.
I
When they're
rescued
loaded up with drugs,
Mugsy
they're fair
from
game.
Florida.
And every one of those ships,
He
they're
was
not ships,
dehydrated
they're boats, they're speedboats.
and
They're extremely
saved his
fast,
life. Got him a crown,
record-setting type
and
speedboats that cost
he
a lot of money, and they have a
observed
lot
me
of
as
money
a
'cause they're
king,
drug sellers.
king of all kings,
But
right here,
they know
Mugsy.
one thing, and they all have the same
Yeah.
thing in common.
Mwah.
There's drug dust. They call it drug dust. They call it fentanyl dust all over the boat after those bombs go off, and you can take along.
There it is.
We
Oh,
know-
I
we
love
know
that
before- we
emoji,
know when
Mary
they go
Jane.
out, we know we have much information about each boat that goes out. Deep, strong information. Yeah, please.
So you're going to have Muggers and Lacey here this week. What is your message at this stage of the war for him? And shy of tomahawks.
I hope so, David.
Yeah.
Shy of tomahawks for Ukraine. Are you considering other options, and will you speak with Vladimir Putin?
No, we're looking at other options. We are. President Zelensky's coming in. I'm not a fan of the war. I'm
Me
not a fan of the
either.
way it started. It should have never happened. It wouldn't have started if I were president. The election
Is
was
this
rigged.
before he started the
And,
Iran
because
war?
of
I
that,
wonder.
we lost a lot of lives have been lost because of that. We're not American lives, but if I can save a lot of lives, that's why I'm in it. I want to save lives. I've had 8 wars. The Prime Minister of Pakistan got up the other day.
He
said
started
so
8 wars?
beautifully, says,
What?
You saved millions of lives.
Did I hear
He
that
told
right?
to a group of people right in this office. He said the president saved millions of lives, and I think what he's referring to is the fact that that would have been.
To be honest.
That's a good one, to be honest. How are you guys doing today? We're afternoon here in northern Maine in the Pines. What a beautiful day. It looks like it's overcast. Looks like we may get a spot shower, but besides that, the sun is out and nice and breezy. Beautiful day here. How is it where you are? Yes. Before he was even president. Clearly that. Yeah, well, he pays his contractors on time, right? When he was building in New York. Oh, that's right.
So long. You know, we're talking about violent crime. What about the crime against a political opponent? That's what we have to talk about too.
Would like to understand the full extent to which the Biden-Harris Justice Department weaponized federal law
I think it was the worst weaponization of a political opponent in the history of the world, let alone this country. And I hope that everybody's, they're involved in it. I'm not. I'm the one that had to suffer through it and ultimately win. But what they did was criminal.
Yes.
Deranged Jack Smith, in my opinion, is a criminal.
Yeah.
And I noticed his interviewer was, I think that was
90
Weissman.
likes. Oh, you guys fucking, I love you.
Bad guy.
What?
And he had somebody in Lisa, who was his puppet, worked in the office, really as the top person. And I think
Infamous
that,
Lisa
she
puppet.
should be looked at very strongly. There was tremendous criminal activity having to do. If we don't have fair elections in this country, we're not going to have a country. And I've said it from the
Thank you,
beginning:
Mary
fair
Jane.
elections and borders. And we need also fair press, because if you don't have fair press, it's very tough.
Yeah.
And we've got the strongest border of anybody. Nobody has a border. We have a border where the numbers just came out again. You saw 0 people came in illegally.
Thank you, President Trump, for that.
Legally, but 0 people. But you're talking about a different subject. You're talking about political crime. They have committed massive political crime. I hope they're
Amen
looking
to that,
at Schiff.
Allegio.
I hope they're looking.
I
at
wish
all
I knew
these
how to
people.
say your name.
And I'm allowed to find out. I'm allowed. I'm in theory the chief law enforcement officer.
Nomo?
And I have a very good.
Can I just call you
This is about somebody
Nomo?
else, but I hope they're looking at political crime, because there's never been so much.
Oh, thank you,
political
Mary
crime
Jane.
Against a political opponent as what I had to go through. They raided my house in Florida. It was
What?
an illegal raid. I have a lawsuit that was doing
Alex
very well.
works?
And
Okay,
when I
Alex.
became president, I said,
Thank you.
I'm
I'll
sort
try
of
to
suing
remember that.
myself. I
Alex,
don't know what
Alex,
and he
Alex.
settled the lawsuit. I'll say, give me X dollars, right? And I don't know what to do with the lawsuit. It's a great lawsuit. And now I won. It sort of looks
It's
bad.
a great
I'm suing myself,
lawsuit.
right? So I don't know. But that was a lawsuit.
Make
that was
lawyers
very
rich
strong,
again.
Very powerful. They raided illegally my house in Florida, Mar-a-Lago. They went through the drawers of my young son. They
What
went
about the
through
drawers
all
of your
the
wife's drawers?
Cabinets and drawers of the first lady. She walked in. She said, "Wow, what happened?" Because she's very meticulous, and this wasn't so meticulous. As she looked into the drawers and she saw everything a mess. It's
The
this is
panty
what they
drawers.
did
Say it's not
against a
so.
person that just
Oh, you're
got
quite
out of
welcome,
office.
Alex.
And then you look
if
at
you're
these
talking to me.
corrupt people. You look at Hunter Biden. You look at the signature as an example. The auto pen. I just signed so many different things. An admiral, a 4-star general. That I'm signing them left and right. The commissions. And by the way, I want to compliment
yes,
John
Diane.
Thune, and also Mike.
Hey,
a great speaker.
D6.
But John Thune.
No, I'm
all
not
of
a
sudden I'm
supporter.
getting these things by the hundreds. I was getting one every 2 weeks. It would have been 4 years before you got them in more. You would have had some that didn't even get
Hey,
in. All because of
Raslin.
Democrat obstruction. So John Thune did a great job. I must have signed 200 into the administration. We're just about caught up. It's amazing. And so compliments to John.
Let's get to 100 likes, guys. Let's go.
He didn't want to do.
That'd be a
But
first.
he was forced to do it by the Democrats. And as far
The
as shutdown's
Democrats. Come
concerned,
on, get it right.
This is a Democrat Schumer shutdown.
FDT.
And he's trying to do it to get relevance
Welcome,
back
Mark.
into the party.
Oh,
because
yeah,
he's a
you
loser.
are.
I've known him all his life. He's always been sort of a loser, but an intelligent one.
An
I
intelligent
think he's losing
loser.
IQ points with time. I think that happens.
stealing that,
hasn't
Trump.
happened with me. I know if it did, you guys would let me know about it very quickly.
Yes, we would.
Violent crime, sir, here in DC, a judge has given
We are Charlie Kirk. Chad always wins, Dookie.
Yeah. It's incredible.
no jail time. That's justice.
Janine Pirro is doing a fantastic
Yes,
job.
she
and
is.
She's beside herself.
She's the next to
Because
go,
you have
no?
These radical left judges that
Radical.
they beat the hell out of this guy, and there was many people against this one guy who was really trying to protect his girlfriend. He didn't want his hooded over the door but they really beat him up badly. And that just
Yeah,
happened.
Alex.
Wow, that's
2028.
terrible.
Let's
I think
go.
the judge should be ashamed of himself. That's a big problem.
Anyone but this
You know, they
clown.
can do their job, and then they go into a court, and the people are protected by these. I don't know where they come from. Where do
Lady
these people
Lindsay?
come from? Where do the
Hey,
judges come
David.
from?
Lady
I wanna
Lindsay,
compliment
rest
on
in
behalf of
peace.
Pam and Todd and all of us, because
The biggest
Cash, I think that Janine has done a
flip
fantastic
flopper,
job.
war,
And the case I heard
fucking
was, like,
monger.
flawless. It's a flawless case.
Not a fan of
They have
Lindsay.
them on tape. They have everything.
But
And then
rest
the
in
judge
peace.
gives them a little probation. These are rough guys, and they're young.
Yeah, let's
And if that happens,
spam
they
the
grow
chat
up,
with
they're gonna be
fag
real bad.
flags. Let's go.
And of course, they're going to cause a lot of problems.
I mean rainbows. We support the LGBTQ XYZ of every letter.
You're great. He's a great man. You know, Modi is a great man.
My claim to fame is when I was young, I got tricked by a
I don't
tranny.
want you
So
to take that any different. I don't want to destroy his political
it's a
career,
story for another day.
But you have to understand, I've watched India for years. It's an incredible country. And every single year you'd have a new leader. I mean, some would be in there for a few months.
91,
This was
9 more likes. Let's go.
And my friend has been there now for a long time. And he is
8.
he's
I haven't given it a
there will be
like
no
yet. So
oil
8
purchased
more
from
to
Russia.
100.
Maybe that's
What?
a breaking story. Can I say
Thank
that?
you.
What
Thank
say?
you so much.
There will be no oil. He's not buying his oil from Russia.
If you were here right now, I'd give you a back rub.
Immediately,
And then we'd take it from there,
process.
wherever
But the
direction it went.
process is going to be over with soon.
How far did I go?
And all we want from President Putin is stop this.
I had to stop him after I went down
And stop killing Russians.
and
Because he's killing a lot of Russians. Again,
felt for
it
the
doesn't make him look good. It's a
the
war that he
peach.
should have won in 1 week.
And there
he's
wasn't
now
a
going
peach
into his
there.
fourth year.
I
does
jumped
not
up
look
and I
this
did not
big, this big
finish. So
So-called war machine look good.
no.
But he could make a settlement. We're willing to settle. I thought we had a deal. The hatred of the two leaders is very.
Oh, if you
it's an
guys
obstacle.
subscribe,
It's an
I
obstacle
do.
for
Everyone
what
gets
should
a
have happened.
free
I thought
tin
we had a deal
hat,
2 months ago.
tin foil hat,
Who would think I created peace in the Middle East?
and I have the P
And
tape
can't
on
get the two guys
VHS
to settle?
tapes,
But I
so
think we'll get them. But
you can convert it
if
to
India doesn't buy oil,
CD or whatever they call that.
and they're not
DVD.
going to buy. They assured me they will.
Are
Within a
DVDs
short
even
period
a
of time,
thing
they
now?
will not be buying oil
I
from
don't
Russia.
know.
And
I'm a
they'll go back
boomer.
to Russia after the war's over. Oh, Jennifer.
On the shutdown, sir, our FBI.
7 more. Let's go. Let's go. No, 6 more. Once I give one, 6 more likes. Come on, we can do it, chat. Chat always wins.
Got a lot of people paying.
Thank you,
We got the
Mary
people that we
Jane.
want paid. And we want the FBI paid. We want the military paid. We got the people that we want paid. And I'll tell you, the Democrats.
What's not fair? Full disclosure, I was getting a Hummer and I didn't finish. What else do I have to
that
tell
we
you?
didn't like.
I was
but
in
that
my
were
20s.
negotiated in, but we didn't like. We're terminating
Very
those programs, and they're gonna be
beautiful
terminated
young
on a
man.
permanent basis.
Turned out to be a
And it's
man.
thousands of people,
Wasn't
and
happy.
It's billions of dollars. We're getting rid of a lot of things that we never wanted because of the fact
Oh,
that they
thank you
made
so
this
much,
stupid move.
D6 Vid,
And they don't want to
David.
talk about it. You know, they have their day coming up. I hear very few people going to be there, by the way. But they have their day coming up.
Yes, I
and
did.
They want to have
In
their
full
day in the sun.
disclosure.
But they should
Yeah.
really make a deal. So what we're doing? Why do so many people trust iHer for their?
I was never a homophobe, but yeah, I was a little upset. I think you should tell someone before you, you know, I was young and naive, and yeah. Hey, Rose, welcome, welcome. Do you know 5 more likes, and I will get to something I've never had in my whole life, and that's 100 likes. You guys are rock stars. Thank you so much. Back to the show.
Returning the deceased hostages, are you pleased?
Well,
with
they're
that?
looking for them. Absolutely, they're looking. So we have the living hostages all back. They returned some more today. It's a gruesome process. I almost hate to talk about it. So, but they're digging. They're actually digging. There are areas where they're digging and they're finding a lot of bodies. Then they have to separate the bodies. You wouldn't believe this. And some of those bodies have been in there a long time, and some of them are under rubble. They have to remove rubble, but there are graves, and some are in tunnels that died in tunnels that are way down under the earth. And the tunnels are like 3 feet. Can you believe it?
Look
3
at
feet.
Cash.
They lived like
He's
this
like,
for a
how
long
did I
period of
get
time.
here? What
It's
is
a
going
horrible,
on?
It's a horrible atrocity.
How's this going to end?
At the same time, we, meaning Israel, but I knew everything they were doing pretty much. I knew most of the things they were doing, but they've killed probably 70,000 of these people, Hamas. And I said,
Salam
it's time
alaikum.
now. So we'll see what happens. We'll
Alaikum
also see
salam.
what happens. Your next question is going to be the weapons. We want the weapons to be given up, sacrificed, and they've agreed to do it. Now they have to do it. And if they don't do it, we'll do it.
Yes, they have to stand behind him, Alex. Yeah.
Suggest that Hamas needs to hurry
You
up
can't
and
outshine
that it was the
the
head of
king.
CENTCOM saying that. Is that not a
Off with your head.
to Hamas and the rest of the world. At some point, the US military
Ooh.
made more direct
4 more
engagement.
likes. Let's go. Thank you, guys. Mwah.
There wouldn't be peace. If we didn't
Peace and love. Peace and love.
destroy the nuclear capability of Iran, that deal would have never happened. For
Diane,
two
I
reasons.
couldn't
The
agree
Arab
with you more.
nations would not have felt
Yeah.
bold enough to do it because you have a very powerful.
To the
at that
world,
time,
not
Iran,
only
so
America,
powerful
to the
anymore between
world.
what we-
He's pushed
what
away all
Israel
our
and us
allies.
did, you know, the attack was-
Now,
was,
who do
if you
we
look
have
at it,
on
we
our
helped
camp?
them very
All
much. We'll be the
dictators.
first to tell you, including shooting down thousands of drones that were coming into Israel. You know, we shot them down. We were shooting them down like it was target practice, but we shot down thousands of drones and missiles also going into Israel. But between what we did to Iran that way with the, you know, conventional, we will call it, and what that beautiful, see that beautiful plane, that B-2, I noticed it on the desk. I always thought it was beautiful, but I never understood it. Now I understand it.
All right, guys, we're going to wait for another day to get 100 likes. Thank you so much for being here, guys.
Form of two, but hundreds of thousands.
You guys are
of
rock
bombs.
stars. I just want to let
And
you
every
know
single bomb.
I love you guys. And come join me on my show tonight, 7-Eleven. Every night, we just, I read chat. I have a lot of parasocial relationships with my chat. I talk to each and every one of them, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. I think that's what makes America great. So be kind to everyone. Talk to people, not at them. So peace and love, peace and love. Hit that like on the way out. Hopefully you're subscribed. And I'll see you tonight, 7-Eleven. Maybe earlier with if Trump goes live, I go live. So, oh, snap, 97, 98 with my like. 2 more, guys, please, please, please. But then again, I'll never be able to hit my milestone of 100. So maybe tonight's the night. Today's the day. Thank you, Mary Jane. You as well, Diane. Hope to see you all tonight. So, peace and love. Mwah.